which is child marriage, and they legalizing that, and they using religion to enforce that, and that's the problematic thing. They using religion because religion is the one telling them to do that, and this is the truth that they don't want to face, and a lot of these older men who want to abuse children, they will use religion, yes, because religion is telling them it's okay to do that because your prophet did that. So I'm really, really sad and heartbroken, to be honest. And I have no words to say, to be honest. Like, a lot of these little girls in Somalia will be abused, and they will never have any childhood or protection or education or health or anything like that. Thank you for hosting me, though.
Thank you so much, sis. Honestly, it's heartbreaking. And look, this is what I'm saying. I'm going to keep saying it. I really feel like a lot of Somali men do not care about their women and children. The only time they care and they speak up is when they see a beautiful, sexy, gorgeous Somali marry a Nigerian. The only time they speak up is when they see a Somali marry a Gambian. Because honestly, Samira, I really feel like Somali men don't have a lot going for them. This is why I say that the women should be put in charge. Women like Somali Rose, women like Samira, people like Ken, they don't have anything to hold on to apart from the possessiveness of their women. That's it. How many Somali men have I seen on this app right now speak up about this child marriage? They don't care. They don't care, which is what I'm saying. The women, you guys are on your own. You're going to have to fight this battle on your own. I mean, look at Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean came up. He couldn't say much. He doesn't even want us to read the verse. He doesn't want to confirm or not if child marriage is allowed in his religion. He does not care. The men don't care. The only thing they care about is when their women marry a non-Somali. That's when you see the uproar. You understand? It's ridiculous. So, thank you, sis. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate that. Let's move on to Logical. And I'm begging you this morning. You can tell I'm feeling very emotional. I'm very, very passionate. Please do not gaslight me. I'll try to keep it as respectful as possible. But please, I need facts and I need the truth here. No more sugarcoating.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Listen, I want to say that I'm so happy that Somalia has raised the age of consent. It's a good thing for the girls.
They've taken it back. They've overturned it because of Islam. That's why we're talking this morning. So we were celebrating before. Yeah. I woke up this morning. They've taken it back.
Okay, what's the age of consent now at the moment? Taking it back. What's the age of consent?
Maybe Naz or Samira can tell you. I don't think there's any.
What's the age of consent, Samira?
There's no age consent.
There's no age of consent. Yeah. Well, that's bad. They should at least
Girls
fix it.
As young as 2 months old can be married off.
That's crazy. I don't agree with it. I think that's not right. I'm quite sad, really. I thought it was 18.
Wait, that's not really happening, though, is it?
Wait, bro. Wait, let me speak, please. Yeah. I'm quite sad that they have overturned it. But look, I'm not going to talk about Islam. I've spoken to you guys before. What I'm saying is I'm here to support you guys that, yes, it's good to raise the age of consent to 18 or to 20 years old or stuff like that. I support all Muslim countries all over the world, not just Muslim countries, any country in the world to do so, to put the age of consent at 18 or at least 20, I'm not here to give scriptures. Jibola, I've spoken to you before. Everything. I don't want to go. I want to support.
But Logical, this is the problem. I get where you're coming from, but this is where religion has a lot of power. Because the reason why they've overturned this law is because of Islam. They said that they're going against Muhammad, they're going against Sharia, they're going against Shafi. So this is why I'm including Islam, because Islam is what gives them the power to be able to overturn this. So the root cause of the problem, Logical, you might not agree, is Islam.
Well, Jabola, there's other Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia. The age of consent is 16 for girls, and other places is 18. Other places is 15. So I think.
Yeah, but then Saudi Arabia also had Jennifer Lopez shaking Anyash near the Kaaba. Like, I don't get it.
Why? It's not near the Kaaba. It's not near the Kaaba and stuff like that. But
Well,
I know
they
that.
had a fake picture or like an image of the Kaaba. That's what I'm trying to say. So and she was twerking her beautiful nyash on it. I mean, you can consume alcohol in Saudi Arabia. You understand? So I don't know why we're always bringing up UAE, because if I look at it, they're heading more towards secularism.
Saudi
Look,
and what is
look,
her
we're talking about
Army?
girls
Saudi
here.
Arabia
Listen,
since 2 years ago is when they banned child marriage. When they
okay,
put
ladies.
when they set the age to 18. For the past 1400 years, children has been raped in Saudi Arabia like it was a normal thing, like it was any other day. 10-year-old, those
Okay,
TV
ladies.
shows where they were asking 10-year-old girls that are wives, someone's wife. In Saudi
Okay,
Arabia, it's normal. It used to be
okay,
normal.
ladies,
Now
ladies,
is when they
ladies.
banned it because
Wait,
MBS is
Samira,
not Muslim and he wants to
Samira,
secularize it.
Samira, Samira, ladies. I'm not here to talk about alcohol, all that stuff. I'm here to be supporting you guys and stuff like that. Whatever
Yeah,
happened
but
in Saudi
logical,
Arabia.
it's hard for me to accept that you support us because you are involved in the same religion that allows this. This is, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate that you're trying to be kind, you're trying to show your sympathy, you're trying to show your humanity, but I just don't know where it's coming from because you follow the same ideology that allow you're part of the problem, logical. I'm sorry to say. As long
No,
as you
no,
support Islam, you support child marriage.
no. I'm not part of the problem. I understand Islam can make changes and adjustment to society. I understand that by looking at the scriptures. We may disagree, but that's my position. I don't think it's necessary to marry 12, 9. I don't think it's necessary. I think 18 is the right age. I've got my reasons. I've given you
See,
my
I don't
reasons
think it's
before.
necessary.
Okay.
It's a crime to marry a child. It's a
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
crime.
It's not necessary. It's
Don't
a
say
crime. It's
don't
not
say like it's
necessary.
an option. No, it's not necessary. Just don't do it. It's a fucking crime. Anyone who does it should be unalived.
Okay, good. I agree with you. Okay, anyone that does it should be the government should implement their laws and punish people, whether unalive or put in prison. Good for them. All right. My position is that my interpretation and the way I see the Quran and the Hadith is that what happened in the past cannot be happening today. That's
That's a
it.
that's a
That's
that's a
it.
bullshit fucking lie because Allah banned bacon and pig in the past. Is it allowed today? Logical, please don't bring that bullshit. Islam does not change. Any ruling that's been set 1,400 years ago is still about. You guys have to abide by it today. So logical, don't bring that shit. Don't gaslight
Okay.
because what
Last
you're doing
word.
right now,
Last
you're
word.
being disingenuous. Logical, let me ask you: is Islam forever or does Islam change?
Islam is forever in terms
So
of
don't give me
compulsory.
that shitty argument then.
Compulsory. Okay, last words, and then I'll let someone else come in. So Islam has got compulsory laws which are supposed to stay forever, but the laws that are not compulsory, we can make changes and adjustment. In the
You can make changes to Sharia law.
no no
I
no
didn't
no
know that. Sorry.
no. Hang on. To marry a 9-year-old girl is not Sharia law. Just to let you know.
Logical. Yes, it is. It is part of your Sharia law. Please do
It's
not
not. It's
gaslight
not.
me. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yes, it
mommy.
is. Logical.
I
Yes, it
came.
is.
I came to help you guys to
You're
agree
not
with you guys.
helping. You're not helping.
Let
I'm
me tell you
supporting
something.
you.
When listen,
I'm
logical. In
supporting
my
you.
country, when the politicians approved this law, right? The ulamas they came and they put the evidence in front of them from Imam Shafi'i, and you know what? They put out a rejection letter saying that our religion, Al Islam, comes first, and we are people that follow Imam Shafi'i's madhab, which is one of the four major schools of Islam, and it says that you can marry children. In fact, all four schools of Islam, all of them permit pedophilia, raping children. This is why Islam needs to be exposed. It's a religion that allows pedophilia. It gives a
So
pass to
so
pedophiles.
Samira, what do you think? What do you think is the right age of consent then?
Are you gonna ask me what is a child again?
No. I'm asking you, what do you think is the right age of consent? That's all.
18.
Oh, 18. So there's other places in Europe which also call out, yeah, like in
Go
Portugal.
and
Here we
suck.
go.
We
Go
should.
and suck Europe in the comment section. We are
No, no,
talking about
listen.
nonsense. No. It's not
You
about
can't,
listen.
you can't just have a.
I can do what I want, Shadow. I've spoken to Logical many times. Logical, stop comparing Europe to the commandments of a God. Stop putting God, Allah, and Europe next to each other. It doesn't make sense. Europeans can be barbaric. Europeans can be fallible, but your God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is not supposed to be fallible. So don't give me that Europe, America, in transatlantic. No. Stop doing that. This is a God we're talking about. The standards are different. Keep Islam out of your mouth. Come on, open my mouth and remove Islam from my mouth. Kwasi. Guys, let's carry on tapping up the screen. Shadow, it's your turn to speak. Please make it make sense. Go ahead.
I just think there are sick people in this world, innit? Simple as. But you don't blame the religion. It's the people.
What if the religion allows it?
Bro, the thing is, I'm Muslim, but you don't see me.
What if the religion I'm not, see, you're Muslim. I know Muslims that drink. It doesn't mean you drink. I know Muslims that smoke. Exactly. So I'm not talking about you, Shadow. Shadow, you're not Islam. You're not Islam. You're not the religion. You're a Muslim.
How can you tell me I'm not Muslim?
I said you're not Islam. Islam is a religion, an idea that you follow, which will make you a Muslim. So, Shadow, I'm going to ask you a question. Relax yourself. Stop shouting. You're too excited. Does your religion permit you to... Oh, my gosh. You know what? Go and tap in the comments. Get the fuck out of here. Go and suck your father's big bola in the comment section. So, please, guys, if you're not intelligent enough, do not come up. It's not about you. I never spoke about you, your family, your mom. I'm talking about what's in the Quran and what's in the scriptures. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't care what you do as a believer. If you want to go to the club, I mean, I see many of you guys in the club all the time. Does that mean that's Islam? I see many of you guys consuming alcohol. Does that mean that's Islam? No. I see many of you fornicating, having boyfriends and girlfriends. Does that mean that's Islam? No, it's not. So when we're judging an ideology, we look at what the Quran says. We look at what the Sunnah says. We don't look at what Shadow says. Who the fuck is Shadow? We don't know Shadow. You understand? So we judge the ideology by the books, not by the people. It's better like that. Ursula, let's hear from you. Go ahead, Ursula.
Sorry, I was just arguing with one of these weird guys in the chat. Yeah, I was just wondering what your perspective was on Christianity and all of this.
Well, I'm an ex-Christian. I don't agree with Christianity. I think the Abrahamic gods tend to have a thing for kids as well. You look at the virgin birth of Mary, you look at all that stuff. So to be honest, I use the Bible to wipe my nyash every single day. So I'm not interested in any of these Abrahamic faith, to be honest.
I think it's good that I'm Christian, but I think it's good that you're spreading awareness about the issues with the child marriage. I've been looking at a lot of news broadcasts on what's going on in Afghanistan and Somalia and the Congo. And I've just been recently seeing people do TikTok debates on this subject. So it's kind of interesting to see different reactions, especially from the men. But yeah.
Well, thank you, Ursula. Thank you for coming up. Montenegro, Sir June. Sorry, Montenegro. After the guy, the person next to you. Yeah, sorry.
Hi, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. I'm coming in to this discussion with an interesting perspective, I believe, because I don't have a personal stake in any of this. I'm not Muslim. I'm not Somalian. I'm a BK man. I'm Caribbean. And I find that Somali men have a lot to say about the way that other cultures act and how some cultures are inferior to theirs, right? Previously, in a lot of discussions, they've always got a lot of things to say about BK men and what we're doing wrong and, you know, how we treat women and how they treat their women better, right? So it's interesting, these kind of discussions, because a lot of things come to light, right? Typically, Somali men say that they protect their women very, very strongly, and they're very passionate about protecting their women and so on. And that, you know, the idea of their women dating out of their race is like out of the question, because we don't treat their women well or whatever. And the way that we treat women outside of our, you know, all of these things. Everybody's always got something to say about the way that we go on as BK men, whether we're Caribbean or Nigerian, etc., right? And then if you look a little bit deeper into Somalia, right, there's really high rates of violence against women. There's really high rates of infant mortality and all of these things that you were saying, right? First of all, you're very brave to be having a discussion on this topic, because you'll find that Somali men are very, very passionate about, I wouldn't even say protecting their community. It's more about
They are
nobody else to
insecure.
speak on it.
Insecurity, that's what I call it.
It's interesting, right? Yeah. And if they truly was
Somali
protecting their
women,
women as
and they
much as they
think they
say,
own us. You know, they think they own
Yeah, they
us.
think they own the women. They
Yes.
don't care about the women. They want to possess
I
their
mean,
women.
do you know what,
Because
right?
also because they know.
I could respect being protective of your women if you actually protected them. But the fact that this has come up, right, and has been repealed is kind of insane. Because if you protected your women as much as you say, the idea of a grown man being able to come and harm a woman and force her to marry him would be out of the question, right? Like the two simply don't go together. And yeah, it's interesting. As someone who's non-Muslim, okay, I've always had respect for Muslims. I've always said, everybody has the freedom to perform whatever religion they want. There's a lot of beautiful things about Islam. I look at a lot of Muslims and admire them. I do, genuinely. But equally, when it can be used to defend atrocities like this, you have to call it into question. You do. And it's not only Somalia, unfortunately. There's other Muslim countries that have other really low rates of like consent for, and they allow, if we're keeping it real, they allow some despicable things to happen. Okay. Whether that's a question of the religion itself has flaws or men have flaws and men are inherently flawed, and they're going to use religion to their own will, right? To exert power over people and stuff.
So,
That's
John,
an interesting discussion.
it is the patriarchy. It is the patriarchy, and the religion we are seeing today, in whether it's Islam or Christian or anything, is patriarchal, is male dominated. The men in the world, they want to control women, especially men from Somalia. So it is patriarchy.
Yeah, right.
This is a systemic issue.
I understand. But so here's the thing, like she said though, when you create a belief system that comes directly from God and it comes from the word of God, and it allows for things like this to be used, because of what God has set out, I guess you do have to question whether it's as infallible and holy as it portrays itself to be, yeah. That's all I have to say on this. Me personally, I think it's despicable that grown men can marry little children. I believe that if you protected your woman as much as you say you do, you wouldn't want this to happen. A lot of Somalians are so fierce about protecting Somalia, and they come over here and they've got a lot to say about how kufars go on and how every other race is like inferior to them and Somalis are the greatest. This, that, they're always so proud, right? But then if you see how they actually treat each other in their own country, how they treat their children, like, come on, And I already know a lot of them probably want to attack me for even speaking on this subject. And here's what it is. I've realized it's kind of like a cult, isn't it? It's like a cult. Like cults don't allow other people to have an opinion on them. Cults are always going to double down when you evaluate them, or you even want to you want to examine any of the way of their beliefs or anything like that. Cults always double down and then they get stronger amongst each other, but they don't want anyone else to have an opinion. And everything in a cult is 100% right, and it can never be called into question. Unfortunately, it's less of a religion for some people, and it's more of a cult. That's not to say that all Muslims are like this, but I think particularly in the case of Somalia, like it's a very cult-like operation. I can't even the idea of marrying another Muslim from a different race is out of the question. How can that be right when Islam itself says that any Muslim is equal? Like, come on. But it's something about the way that Somalia operates religion. It's kind of crazy if we're keeping it real, and it allows for things like this to happen. So the true victims are Somalian women in this. You know what I'm saying? I hope that it gets sorted out.
I mean, you've said it very beautifully, said June. I don't know how to say your name. I mean, if they were possessive over us and they didn't want us to be with other men, and they were protecting us behind closed doors, like they're doing the right things to protect us, to provide and do all these things that like real men should do, we wouldn't have problems. It's that the fact that they are possessive, they think they own us, and then they don't even protect us. They are burning us. They are raping the children. They are abandoning their kids everywhere. They are marrying multiple women, and they're saying, you know, I can lie. They're lying to our faces.
Crazy.
They are some of the worst beings ever. You know what I mean? But they have this big ego, and this is the ego like the Islam gives them. You know how in Islam, right? Muhammad is one of the worst creatures ever. Like, he has done everything that is bad, from marrying his child, marrying what is it called, his daughter-in-law, unaliving people, having slaves, having bad hygiene. Like, he just didn't even have basic hygiene. He was angry, he was schizophrenic, all these things, right? And yet they label him as the best human to ever exist. This is who they emulate. This is who they want to be like. You know what I mean? They want to be angry. They want to rape the children. They want to do everything. They want to unalive each other. They want to unalive, and they are very
Crazy.
insecure about men. You know why they're
Samira,
insecure
can I
about?
tell you something as well?
I want to add thing to Samira. Samira, how can he be the best looking man when he has two front teeth
No, best
missing?
looking. I mean, human.
Huh?
Best of human. Best of human. Best moral.
And the best
Best
looking, by the way.
morality. Best
They claim
Samira,
he's
can I
the best looking.
Imagine
as
wanting
well?
your daughter-in-law. Imagine wanting to marry your daughter-in-law. Imagine you have your adopted son who has your last name, Zayd bin Muhammad, and then you admire his daughter and his wife, and you take her from him. And then you change, you make a historical change on adoption laws because of your fucking selfish need. He ordered men to beat their wives because some woman came to him and she said, my husband, right, he beat me up. The woman was blue and black. And then he's like to her, don't hit her. And then they left. This is how sadistic this man was. He sat down and he thought, and then he said, come back. There's a verse that came down. Now he can hit you. This is insane. And there's a hadith that says a man should not be asked as to why he hit his wife. This is the true face of Islam, and it needs to be exposed everywhere.
Samira, can I ask you a
These fucking
question?
Muslims learn to either accept their scriptures or fucking abandon them and make changes. There's no more censoring. We're exposing everything. This is the age of the internet. This is the age of, you know, communication. Information is out there. Your books are out there. We're going to read them, analyze them, and show them to the world. You are fucking sick.
I just wanted to quickly ask Samira a question. So, Samira, do you think, you know that the Muslim men that respect their women and they honor their women and they do right by their women, right? Do you think that they simply ignore some of the things in the book that would allow them to otherwise, you know, be abusive towards their women or whatever? Do you think that they selectively choose to ignore these quite other insidious aspects, or what?
Yeah, and I
Because there
think
are
so,
some
and I
good-
think they don't read as well, Samira. A lot of them don't read the book. I think if a Muslim man was to follow the Quran to a T in aspects of how to treat women, it will be very disastrous, to be honest. Go ahead, Samira. I don't know what your thought is.
No, I mean, they endorse, they love it. You guys should see the internet, the space, the TikTok space. When something happens to women, there's a time when this woman was battered, and Somali men in the comments were like, what did she do? She deserved it. She should be, they call us shuba. You know what shuba is? Sluts and whores. They call us so often that it's become a normal. Imagine, I've never seen any other group of men calling their women whores openly. That's what they call us, for doing nothing, for breathing, for existing. They want us to wear a big jilbab that is under and then bury us in the homes and enslave us. Like these barbaric Arabs. That's what they want to do to us. Fuck you, Somali men. I hope I don't get banned after this. I don't care. I have enough backup accounts. Fuck
We got
them.
more accounts. Okay, this person said they had a question. I am, what's your name again? Maddie. Maddie, hi.
How are you? Well, I had a question. Do you believe the English translation of all these other languages are completely correct?
No, I think it is better to read the Quran in the original language of Arabic, because I think the English translations are tapped completely, sugar-coated.
Yeah, completely tapped in Arabic. Like I know so much so that they're so flawed in Arabic that this entire topic is completely worthless. For the actual Arabic states that they deeply regret of heart if they were to be with a youth, and that have to. They'd have to make it up to her in a way that would ensure that they don't be with her again, and they provide for her the rest of her youth until she's with someone else of an appropriate age.
Well,
That's
that's not what the thing is.
065
That's not.
4 in the actual Arabic.
Say that again.
You a revert by any chance?
I'm learning the Quran and the Arabic myself. I'm intelligent enough to decipher the language.
So you wanna convert to Islam?
I'm still learning the Quran.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
What questions
so
do
what's
you
the
have?
actual question now? Because the thing is, for me, I don't understand Arabic, but I have loads of ex-Muslim friends that do understand Arabic. Actually, we can bring one up here right now if you want to test that. Do you see what I mean? So,
Yo,
according to
yo, yo.
you, one second. So, according to you, what does Quran 65:4 say? I can put it up on the screen.
It speaks of if a man were to lay with a youth, he would have deep regret of his heart, and that he would have to make it up to her and not be with her, ensure he doesn't be with her again,
Where did you
and that
get
he
that
would have to
interpretation
ensure
from,
that
if I may
at the
ask?
right age he finds someone else.
Where did you get your interpretation from, if I may ask?
If you listen to the Arabic, it says this. Listen.
Okay, let's bring up an Arabic speaker. Sorry, Mr. Wambua, can I drop you for 1
No,
minute,
no,
please?
an Arabic speaker would agree with me that
No,
No,
no, no.
we speak everything
Let's
here.
bring up an Arabic speaker. This is bullshit. Montenegro, you speak Arabic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
first
Go ahead.
language.
Sorry, bro. I forgot.
Sweet.
about
All right. This is the verse. Chill out, bro.
all that.
What are you talking about, bro?
He's not even a
No.
white man. He's Arab. Like literally.
All right. Yo,
Can
chill
you
out, bro.
stop mumbling like a raccoon? What's this man's problem this
This
morning?
is a difficulty in my Arabic speaking. I can't speak it too well. It's basic English Arabic.
I'll give you a hand. You want me to read this Arabic version on the screen, which is the verse we're talking about?
No, I just want it played because it translates to much different to what they're portraying.
No worries. I'll read it out for you and tell me if it sounds the same in the English one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللاتي لم يحضن وأولات الأحمال أجلهن أن يضعن حملهن ومن يتقي الله يجعل له
Montenegro, he's
من
trolling. He's
أمره
trolling,
يسرا.
bro. Don't waste your time. He's trolling. I've raptured his nyash. Yes. Thank you, guys. I thought he was trolling as well, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, he's trolling. Please, guys, don't come up and troll because it's a very important conversation. We literally have little baby girls. Their lives are at risk. I feel like there's not a lot I can do but talk about it. Do you see what I mean? Like, if I had the manpower, if I had the army, like, I would literally be right in the middle. Not because I'm a mother. I don't think you need to be a mom to be against child marriage. I don't think you need to have children to be against child marriage. You understand? But since we don't have the weapon, because for me, I'm not going to lie, Samira, I think all these people need to be annihilated. I'm not going to lie, because if you keep those people in power, nothing and absolutely nothing's going to change.
They need to get nuked, sis.
Like, this isn't just a little TikTok topic. Like, there's actual children being harmed because of this. Do you know what I mean? But the egos of some of them men, it means that they think it's more important that nobody talks about their community.
I
But
mean,
these are
we've
children.
seen comments already this morning. Stop talking about Somalia. You're a Jareer. If you're not from Somalia, don't talk about Somalia. That's what they tell you. Because they want you to keep quiet. They want to keep marrying children. Okay, let's say from Top Gun. Hi, Top Gun.
Hi, host. I just want to say that I love everything you're saying. You know, you've been speaking the truth. You know, you're spreading awareness, and I just want to say to my sister Samira, but you know, she's been speaking facts all day. You know, all the time. There's a lot of issues in Somalia. You know, I'm a Somali man. I wouldn't consider myself to be a Muslim, but I was raised in a Muslim household. But I would say like just Islam has a grip on this country in every aspect, and I'm blaming on Islam, bro. Like child marriage, that's the only way they can justify it. It's not a cultural thing. It's not something that, like, I don't know how you can look at a 6-year-old and think of trying to marry her, bro. You know, there's a lot of things wrong with Somali men. There's a lot of things wrong with Somali society, and this is just one aspect of it. And the fact that this law was just overturned within 24 hours, or at least within a few days, clearly shows who's really in power is these sheikhs, these Muslim leaders, and how they want to justify pedophilia and how to please their, I guess, Arab friends or Arab neighbors. Because if you look over the border or just across the sea, in Yemen, that's a normal thing. Like pedophilia is normal. They don't. By the way, they don't even believe in marital rape. They don't believe that at all. They don't believe women should have rights. They don't believe women should show their face. They don't believe women should be walking. And this is Somalia in a nutshell, man. This is Somalia. I mean, it's already a failed state. The government is unfunctioning. They should at least try something new. Try to move towards secularism. Try to get rid of Islam. Try to stop worshipping these beliefs and move forward. I believe Somalia can be better, but right now it's not looking good.
Very well said. Look, Top Gun, I don't know whether you're a Muslim, but it's actually quite refreshing to hear a Somali man come up and speak like that. Big up to you. Because most Somali men would come up and just say, don't talk about my country. Even when Samira said Somali men are tapped, I mean, look at you. You didn't take any offense to that because I feel like you know that you're not part of them. You understand? You know that the shoe, yes, when the shoe fits, that's when you tie up the fucking laces. So big up to you. I just want to say thank you for choosing humanity, because I always say it, when a Somali man or a Muslim man in general decides to maybe leave the religion and no longer participate in the Muhammad worship, right? I think it's because you're thinking about humanity. Because look at it this way, Islam is a boys' club, it's a gentleman's club. You as a man right now, Top Gun, you have all the benefits and all the advantages that you want. Is it right hand possession? You got it. Is it multiple wives? You got it. Is it a child bride if you wanted to? I'm not saying you do. You got it. So when a Muslim man leaves the ideology, I respect that, because it makes me know that you are after humanity. So honestly, big up to you.
100%. I mean, a lot of Somali men are a problem. I think that most Somali men who come up here and say, "Oh, don't speak on Somalia," it comes from pride. But I truly believe that you have to speak about the uncomfortable things in your community. You have to speak about things you hate and you disagree with. You have to hear other people's opinion. You have to hear different perspectives. If you're gonna just come in and just have one-dimensional brain in one section, like what the Quran and Hadith tells you, just don't listen to anybody else. That's how you have a failed society, man. Look at Somalia. Like, I want my country to be great. I want women to be successful. I want women to have rights. I want women to, go out there and achieve whatever they want to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But so you gotta be willing to have these conversations. And of course, I wasn't gonna interrupt Samira, because she was speaking facts earlier. A lot of Somali men are a problem within our society and within our country. We have a lot of problems at the home front. We need to talk about them. We need to discuss them. We need to make them public. You can't just keep everything hidden and just speak about it yourself and be like, just go to your own community and be like, hey, and try to keep it hidden. No, like, if you look at other countries, they're at least somewhat successful. But even if you look at the Arab countries that they try to compare now, most of these Arab countries are even becoming secular themselves. They're leaving their backward ideology, their religion. They don't believe in that messed up things anymore. They don't believe in child marriage. You don't really see that in the UAE, and Saudi Arabia is kind of just getting rid of it. So I believe that Somalia really just needs to wake up and have some reality. Honestly, and to be honest with you, I feel like we might even need a woman president, to be honest with you, Like, it's because the men
That's
ain't
what I
doing
said,
shit.
Top Gun. Honestly, like, when I say this, yeah, I'm not just saying it to be funny. I think Somali women should be in charge of Somalia. I really feel like I would see a lot of progression, especially Somali, please, I'm being specific now, especially Somali women that have deconstructed from the patriarchy of Islam. They will move forward. Like, I just wish they were given the chance, because I know there's going to be progress. I know.
100%, man. I mean, like Somali women are very successful. They're very smart. They can fix this country, man. Like, we've had men running our country for ever since the Civil War for the past 30 years. And it's horrible, man. And nothing has changed. It's not better. So we should obviously, of course, at least try something new, try something different, and give women their rights and their needs to be successful. Of course, I'm Somali. Some people in the chat saying I'm not Somali, I'm Ethiopian or whatever.
Yeah,
No, Somali,
is the PDF's apologist. They've called me Jere. I wear wigs. I mean, if I'm wearing the wigs, did I make the wig from your father's pubes? Like, I don't understand how that's got anything to do with you. I don't think-
They always throw these labels out because they're insecure. They're not secure in anything. They don't believe in freedom of religion because they're not secure in their own faith. Like I remember I was having a discussion yesterday in a chat, and some people just come in. They're like, "Nah, man, you going against the religion." I'm like, first of all, I'm not even Muslim, but even if I was, like, come on, you got to use common sense, bro. You got to use your brain. Like, you can't look at a child and think that's normal. You can't force your religious beliefs onto other people as well. You got to be able to have conversations with people, you know? You got to be able to have, I believe in just, like, honestly, I believe, like, Somalia needs, like, a secular dictatorship, you know? Like, I don't think democracy is going to get us there, bro. Like, if I'm being honest.
Sandam Kingdom.
Absolutely. Well said.
Kim.
Well said. Thank you so much. Montenegro, did you want to say something before Jay?
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to mention, like, hopefully in 2 minutes. Basically, in Islam, there is no differentiation between an adult woman and a child in punishment specifically. For example, if a man committed adultery with a woman, he will get lashed 100 lashes. If he did the same action with a child, he will also get 100 lashes. There is no unalivenment penalty. Let's say the next week, the same man committed the same action with another child. The punishment will be increased from 100 lashes to 150. It depends on the judge. It could be 110, the Muslim judge. If he committed one more time, third time, he will get lashed 200, for example. This is the issue for the punishment. For example, if a person stole something, let's say his left hand will be cut. If he stole again, his right hand. If he stole again, it will go up the forearm. So the punishment in Islam it's not effective. At least in the US, if they caught you, unalivenment penalty. If you rape the child. In Islam, it's just punishment. 100 lashes. 1, 2, 3, 100, done. And he will be set free to pray the next day with the Muslims in the Jummah. A flipping rapist the next day will pray amongst the Muslims in the Jummah, and everybody will be happy. This is the issue with even if he get caught, it's only 100 lashes. There's no other loving penalty. I'm done.
I have a question.
Thank you. Your okay. Sorry, you've been waiting. Your mama. Yes, please
Okay.
go ahead. Guys, can we keep tapping up the screen, please? Let's get it to 100k likes. If you disagree with the prompt, can we blame Islam? For me, I absolutely blame the religion. Number one, I know how religious Somalia is. Just like my country as well, we're super extra religious. I know that Somali claims to be almost 100% Muslim. I know that they follow elements of their Sharia law there. I'm not saying that it's fully Sharia, but you know, some of their rules. But go ahead, your mama.
I can see my meanings after. I have a question for Montana. You saying they're getting a punishment if they
Yeah, go ahead.
go to adultery, but they don't need to adultery. When is they calling to adultery? This is a long trip or short trip. This is I don't know where is that. If some man is getting out in his house or go somewhere, he has allowed to pay and do adultery.
Sister, your profile is disgusting. Why are you posting videos of niqabis twerking?
Because I can, because it's my profile and not yours.
I know, but it's disgusting. Like,
Yeah, but you can
Because
block me. You can block me if you don't
sister,
want to
you
see.
can wait your
One second, mama. You can block me if you don't want to see it. Like, how are you gonna come up here and tell me what I post is
I understand,
disgusting?
but like, it's not making Islam look any better. It's just making it
I'm
look
not here
worse.
to make Islam look better, my darling. It's just a niqabi, and I
Just
thought Ayash was good
sister,
looking.
ask her. Is it nice for Muslim to
twerk.
unalive ex-Muslims? Is it nice?
No, that's not part of our religion. I don't agree with that at all,
Really?
actually.
Ah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
can you show me in the Quran where does it say this? Because I've never heard of this, honestly.
Do you follow the hadith? Authentic
Yes.
hadith?
Yes.
Do you follow authentic hadith?
Yes, I do.
Are you
Okay,
sure?
bring it
Yes.
up.
You sure? Okay.
Okay, show me.
Wait. All right. Do you understand Arabic?
A little bit.
Amazing. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, whomever changed his religion, unalive him. Word for word, bar for bar, which is,
Can you show
من
me?
بدل دينه فاقتلوه.
Whoever
Whomever
changes the
changed
religion.
his religion, unalive him. This is unequivocally. This is word for word, bar for bar. Muslims today, whomever who changes his religion, they will give you a grace period, 3 days. They will talk to you, have a debate with you, and at the end of the 3 days, if you said, still, I don't want to go back to Islam, your head will be chopped off in the next Friday amongst the Muslims. Do you agree with this punishment?
I don't know. Can you show me proof?
Do you think a person should be unalived if he insults the character of another person, for example?
No.
No. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, 1 second. I just thought we could get through this one first, and then we'll move on to the next
Sweet,
one.
sweet, sweet.
So this one, so I've got two narrations actually. So I think it shows how strong the chain is, and actually this can be found implemented within the Sharia law as well as the punishment for leaving Islam. Ibn Abbas said, "The Messenger of Allah said, whoever changes his religion, unalive him." And then we have another one here. This is another reference. This is Sahih al-Bukhari 6922, both authentic, by the way. You can check it yourself. Narrated by Ikrimah. Some atheists were brought to Ali and he burnt them. The news of this event reached Ibn Abbas, who said, "If I had been in his place, I would not have burnt them as Allah's messenger forbade it, saying, do not punish anyone with Allah's punishment, which is fire, which would have unalived them according to the statement of the messenger of Allah. Whoever changes his Islamic religion, unalive them." So I'll let you carry on from there, Montenegro.
Easy. So we have our brother here, one of the companions. He said, basically, Ali's punishment by burning the ex-Muslims were a little bit too much. I was just gonna detach their head from their body. I'm too nice. Even though both of them got unalived, but how the unaliving will occur is a little bit different. But at the end of the day, your head will be detached. So what do you
No, but
think?
basically, Montenegro, what's being said in this hadith is that you can use any other type of punishment, but don't use fire,
Not fire,
because
yeah, it's a
fire
bit
is
too
only
much.
for Allah. Yeah, Allah, it's only Allah that's allowed to use fire as punishment. So, Princess, I mean, Montenegro did ask you, like, do you think that's a nice thing? Because when you think about it, Princess, most religious people don't pick and choose their own religion. I was born into a religion. You were also born into a religion. So imagine maybe you get older, you get to because think about it, the brain of a baby has not formed by then, and we must be honest, religion has nothing to do with DNA. It's not like you got your brown hair from your mom. It is an idea that you put in the kid. So if my son now grows up one day and say, you know what, mom, I've looked into Islam, I'm no longer interested, I found some evidence that proves that, you know, these scientific things aren't real, I no longer want to subscribe to it, do you think it's reasonable to say Okay, now, luckily we're not under Sharia law, but let's say we were under Islamic law. This punishment will be carried out. Do you think that's humane at all?
No, I don't actually. I don't like that.
So,
I mean,
these are the kind of subjects we speak about here, because before you came up, we were talking about the fact that you can also marry and sleep with underage kids, which is also found in the Quran, which is found under the Sharia law. I don't know if you've heard about Prophet Muhammad marrying a 6-year-old child. I'm sure you've heard that one. People try to like justify it and tell you it was back then, but what you need to understand about Islam is that anything halal 1,400 years ago, halal today and forever. Islam is not just for then. And anything haram, for example, like pork and alcohol that's been made haram by Allah, it's not all of a sudden going to become halal now. So the rules are set in place. And the issue we have is that a lot of Muslims say that Islam is perfect and they don't want it to change. But when I see things like you can capture women and sleep with them in Quran 4:24, in 4:34 you can strike your wife, wadrubuhunna, like which kind of God gives permission for men to beat their wife? And I see verses where you can marry and consummate with children. I'm sorry, but this is not a good idea. It's not.
Okay. Can you tell me all the names of these verses? Because I want to look myself and see what does it say.
Okay, let's go to the first one. Quran chapter 4, ayah number 34. We'll take it slowly. And Princess, let me ask, have you heard of what is called an asbab an-nuzul, like the cause of revelation? Have you heard of that term before?
No, I haven't.
So the meaning means asbab al-nuzul. It means the reason for revelation. As you know, the Quran wasn't sent straight away. You understand? It took about 20 something years. Is it 22 or 23 years?
23.
Yeah, 23 years for it to be compiled. You know, there was even a gap in the message. There was a period where the Prophet didn't receive any messages from Jibril at all. So I think it's good that you'd look into that. But yeah, so asbab an-nuzul simply means what happened, what event occurred for Allah to send down this message. So most of the ayahs in the Quran, you can check the reason for revelation. So what took place for Allah to send down this revelation? So that's what asbab an-nuzul means. It means the reason or the cause of revelation. Risa, you're requesting, I don't know. Maybe it's an accident. Risa, you're a comment section warrior. Wait,
I just want to ask one question for Princess. Princess, whenever, every Muslims go through doubts and whenever they have a journey with Islam and whenever they start, have you ever had any doubt and you're like, this is interesting. Maybe I'm trying to look a little bit deeper into this topic. Have you ever had any type of doubt in Islam?
I actually haven't, but I still haven't learned everything, obviously. What she just said about kidnapping and sleeping with women and hitting women, I would like to look into this more because, yeah, I've never seen anything like this in the Quran, so I'd like to see.
Okay, let's go with the first one. So the one where I said like you're allowed to capture women and have them as your right hand possession. So the Arabic term is called milki yamin. It means right hand possession. You can simply translate that to female captives. So let me give you a scenario, and I'm going to bring up the Quran and the tafsir. So the tafsir is the explanation of the Quran, and actually this verse is really good because it tells you what happened as to like the reason. Sorry, what happened before that.
Companions, the prophet's best friends, not some of them didn't even memorize it fully. So Don't worry.
Yeah, and also, Princess, I mean, if you really want to understand the religion you're in, I wouldn't even suggest memorizing. I would suggest reading it to understand it, because memorizing something, you might memorize it, but can you repeat word for word what you're actually saying? And I think this is the problem, because I get that it's quite a good thing for a Muslim to memorize the whole of the Quran. It's pretty much celebrated, right? But do you know exactly what you're reading? When you're reading me an ayah that says that you can capture women and sleep with them without their permission, do you know what you're reading to me? So anyway, we're going to read the verse. I'm going to read the tafsir, the explanation of the verse as to why this verse was sent down to Rasulullah. So chapter 4, that's the chapter of women, verse 24. It says, also forbidden, and now pay attention to the language being used, also forbidden are married women except female captives in your possession. This is Allah's commandment to you. Lawful to you are all beyond these, as long as you seek them with your wealth in a legal marriage, not in fornication. Give those who you've consummated marriage with their due dowries. It is permissible to be mutually gracious regarding the set dowry. Surely Allah is all-knowing and all-wise. And Montenegro, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this particular ayah has like two tafsirs, because it talks about mutta marriage and it talks about right-hand possession.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so let's go into the tafsir. Let's see what happened for this ayah to be sent down. So this is the explanation by Ibn Kathir.
The muta part is like Shia, they trying to interpret, because Shia and Sunnah have different interpretations.
Yeah, because Prophet Muhammad banned it in the hadith, but it's not banned in the Quran, and the Shias don't take tafsirs from the Sunnis anyway. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. So this is the tafsir for the verse. So it says, also forbidden are women already married except those who your right hand possess. This ayah means that you are prohibited from marrying women who are already married except, so there's an exception here, from those who your right hand possess, except those who you acquire through war. For you are allowed such women after making sure that they're not pregnant. So now this is the important part you need to pay attention to, because this tells us why the verse was revealed. So Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said, we captured some women, so they went to battle. So it says, we captured some women from the area of Altas who were already married, and we disliked having sexual relations with them because they already had husbands. So they've captured these women, basically. The women still have husbands, but, you know, that's the rule of war. According to Islam, you're allowed to capture women. So they've gone to the Prophet Muhammad and say, you know what, we've got these women. We don't want to have sex with them because they've got husbands. So they said, we disliked having sexual relations with them because they already had husbands. So we asked the Prophet about this matter. So they went to Rasulullah saying, okay, this is the issue here. And then this is what happened. So they went to the Prophet about this matter. And then this ayah was revealed. Also forbidden are women already married except whom your right hand possess. And it says, consequently, they ended up having sexual relations with these women. This is the word collected by Al-Tirmidhi and Nasai ibn Jarir and Muslim in his Sahih, in Allah's statement. So, I mean, as you can see, if there's a war, for example, the Muslim men go out to fight and they conquer, they're allowed to take the women back and have sexual intercourse with them. And what doesn't sit right with me is, Princess, like, it looks like the Sahabas had a little bit more mercy. You know, they didn't do it straight away. They went to the Prophet and say, look, we don't want to have sexual intercourse with these captives because they've already got husbands. But the Prophet said, you can go ahead and have intercourse with them.
The only reason he said this, because whenever there's a lot of ways the marriage will be broken. One of the ways is if the man said, okay, you were divorced, okay, cool. Or if he passed away, the marriage is broken. The third one basically is if she became a captive, even though the husband is alive, by default, the marriage is canceled.
Yep. And Princess, let me tell you something here. When I speak to a lot of Muslims, because a lot of the men tend to defend this, because what you need to understand with Islam is that for me, I see it as a patriarchy system, right? It's already provided the men with every physical desire and needs. For example, like a Muslim a Muslim man is allowed to marry up to 4 wives. And actually, when we talk about these female captives, Princess, did you know that the numbers are unlimited? So if he wants to have unlimited right-hand possession, female captives, that's also available to him. And then I look at what a Muslim woman is allowed to do. Number one, a Muslim woman is not even allowed to marry a non-Muslim, whereas a Muslim man can marry a Jew and a Christian. And I think it's because of power, is because of the purpose of authority. For example, if you as a Muslim woman now, maybe you marry a Christian man, yeah, if you have babies, the babies might want to follow their dad's way because, you know, the position of men in marriage, right? Men are the head, you know, both in Christianity and in Islam, really kind of similar. But obviously, Christianity doesn't say you should beat your wife, right? So I feel like the purpose is that when a Muslim man is allowed to marry a Jew or a Christian woman, they've got more chances of raising the child as a Muslim, following the way of the daddy. You understand? So these are the inconsistencies that I see. These are the unfair treatments that I see. Because if you're a woman and you stand for every woman, why do you think it's okay for non-Muslim women to be captured and kept as
Also,
right?
to piggyback from what you just said, there's an issue in the revert community, especially for women. If a woman is happily married to a Christian, both of them are Christian, happily married, and the woman decided with her own choice to become a Muslim. She switched her religion from Christianity to become a Muslim, and the husband is still a Christian. In Islam, she must divorce this man.
Yeah.
And they are both happily married. So do you think this is nice if a Christian woman became a Muslim? Do you think it's fair for her to divorce her husband? In the other hand, if a Muslim revert man converted to Islam, his marriage is still okay. Why so? Do you think this is a little bit sexist?
No, I don't think it's sexist. I think, yeah, it's probably because the man is more in control, you know. So if the man is married to someone who's non-Muslim, then they're gonna obviously follow the father. But then, yeah.
Do you think men today or women, do you think men today are stronger, like emotionally and supportive back then because they used to become the head of the house? But maybe now men and women technically are both equal. Both of them can work, can provide for the house. Do you think the rulings still apply? That the man is the head of the house still? Do you think it's fair today? Maybe you have an argument back then because, okay, the husband, okay, maybe the children will go for the husband's side. But today, do you think the ruling is different?
Well, nowadays,
Yeah, for example, one of the rules in Islam, a man, basically the brother will have double the inheritance of his sister. The Muslims justify this by saying that's because the man will provide for the women. And we say, okay, this is back then. But now, how can, for example, the sister will provide for the entire house. And let's say the husband or the father passes away.
That's not Islam, though. Like,
That's not Islam. The brother. No. What do you mean?
It's a man's job to provide.
Okay, this is back then. Now, do you think it's still fair? Okay, no. Okay, for your brother, do you think it's still fair for your brother to have double your money? Your brother.
I mean, Islamically, the man's role, he has to provide. So, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that if me and my brother are both Muslims and
So your brother having more money than you is fine,
Yeah,
purely because of his what's is between his
Purely
legs.
because he has Ebola.
I mean, if you roll like this, I mean, all you. But most women don't like this.
okay.
Goats. Why the man 2 goats and why the woman 1 goat? Go ahead.
I don't know.
Maybe it's sexism. Just maybe.
It could
Slight
be, but
chance.
I
It
don't
could
know
be.
why.
Okay, why did the prophet say when the woman is born, sacrifice 1, and when the man is born, sacrifice 2? If another person said this, let's say Andrew Tate, if Andrew Tate said, if I had a female, I will sacrifice 1. If I had a boy, I will sacrifice 2. Do you think Andrew Tate will be labeled as misogyny and sexist according to you? If
I mean,
Andrew
from my
Tate said it.
opinion, I
Yep.
wouldn't really care if he said that. Like, it's not gonna affect me.
Now, do you think it'll be like he's
Okay,
sexist?
Montenegro. Let's actually just focus back on what the
Yeah,
Quran
yeah,
says,
yeah, yeah.
because I mean, I hope you would care more about like what the Quran says. So I've shown you that verse, and I'm asking you, like, do you think
Can I
it's
just...
okay for women to be captured and raped by Muslim men?
The thing is, whether I agree or disagree with what it says in the Quran, I still haven't... No one's proven to me that anything in the Quran is false. So that's like... If you want me to... If you're saying...
I never said it was false. That wasn't my claim. I'm
It's not
telling
your
you
opinion.
what's that's you. We can, you can think it's true. I can think it's false. I think that's irrelevant. But I'm pointing directly at what the Quran says, and I'm asking your point on it as a woman. So I showed you the first one in which you can capture women and have intercourse with them, because this is a right that Allah has given to the men. The second one I'm about to show you right now is the verse where it says that husbands are allowed to beat their wives. So I'm
I
asking
mean,
you as a
Muslim
woman,
men
what's your
are
thought?
happy. Men
No,
are
that's
happy,
not
by the way.
good. I don't think that's good. No, I don't think men should beat by their wife. But what I'm saying is, I've gone down every route, I've learned about every religion, and I feel like Islam is the only thing that I've found, like, there's nothing no one's proven to me that Islam is not the truth. That's like, if you don't like Islam,
Okay. Prove to us Islam is the truth. Because that seems to be your contention. You've said it like twice now. So you prove to everyone in this room right now what makes Islam the truth. And let's cross check that.
See,
no, I'm not
Shima, I
trying to.
actually love BDSM
I'm not trying to convince
because
other people that Islam
yeah,
is the
and
truth, but
sorry to cut you short, princess. Yeah, thank you for the job you guys are doing. I'm not from Somalia, but I'm from Nigeria, and a great chunk of Nigerians and Muslims as well. Like the whole northern part of Nigeria has been Islamized, and it's actually a problem. It's a big problem. Girls don't go to school. There's a lot of issues there, health issues, the Boko Haram thingy, people being unalived. I'm Christian and I'm Catholic, but I do not internalize everything I, as a Christian, have, will I say, more knowledge than some Muslim women about their own religion. And anytime we is something that has to do like a debate like this, you hear people like Princess saying, "Oh, I don't know, I don't think." You don't think what? It's clear. It's clear. It's there. You're now you have the privilege to be one of the Muslim women that can go to school, and you're not being sold off to one old poverty-stricken man, and yet you do not want to see through these things. So what's the use of your education if you cannot question things? Just because it says it's your fate, then you just believe that, oh, because they told me this, then I have to believe it. I have friends that are Shua Arabs, like childhood friends. And it's true, some of them I got to know what I know about the Quran. And we are still friends till today. Now I'm in the UK, they're still in Nigeria, but we still communicate. And it's what I've realized, a lot of them are scared of leaving the religion because of family and how they will be ostracized. And, it's because it's been made part of family values. It's been made part of their family
Family hate
values. That's why, hello?
My family hate Islam. None of my family are Muslim.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not saying just you, or
Okay.
I'm just saying that a lot of even Christians as
Oh, I
well.
do see that as well, actually. I think I've seen a lot of documentaries about the girls in Saudi. They escape because they have nowhere.
Yeah,
They're not allowed to
I'm talking of
travel.
our own countries now. I don't want to mention some other country I've not been in. I know I've seen these documentaries as well, but
But one second, guys.
from
We're
where
gonna
we
stop
are,
it.
we can
One
see the
second,
harm
Jay.
it's
Jay, one
causing.
second, please.
Yeah,
Sorry, we've diverted a little bit, yeah. But let
yeah.
me just ask, Princess, are you a convert? Like, are you like a new
I
Muslim?
think she's a
I've been
revert.
Muslim for just 2 years.
Oh,
That's
2 years. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Can I ask how old were you when you converted, if you don't mind sharing?
17.
Oh, okay. So you're
What
19
made you?
now.
What made you like?
Yeah,
Wow,
I'm
Islam is the
almost
truth.
20.
You're almost 20. So can I
Um,
ask what got you into Islam? Like, what did anyone preach to you? If you don't mind sharing. If it's too personal, you don't have
no,
to.
I'll tell you. Okay. I came to Islam by myself. Like, no one told me, no one tried to convince me. It was just something that I ended up like going down the path myself. And I was always interested in religion and spirituality. I never fit into religion. Like, I always believed it was created for division because like everyone's always arguing and like saying this is bad and that. But then I found Islam, and I think one thing that actually made me believe in Islam is seeing things happen in person that had never happened before. Like, for example, I've had sleep paralysis since I was like a young child, like 6 years old, and I never knew how to get rid of it. But once I started reading the Quran and listening to the Quran, all of it stopped. And that's what made me believe in Islam, because I saw that spiritually, like, I wasn't seeing these dark shadows like how I used to. So because I was seeing it with my own eyes, then I was like, oh, okay, this has to be true. And then I started praying to Allah for things, and things came into my life. Like, I was praying to Allah for a cat, and then the day later someone calls me and says, oh, I have a cat for you. So it's just like all
Wow,
of
that's
these
crazy.
weird coincidences. Obviously, it started making me think like, oh, Allah is real.
Okay, Princess. Let me you've said quite a few things. Let me touch on it a little bit, right? So you've said that what's happening in Palestine made you like convert to Islam as well. And secondly, you mentioned that
No. I
oh,
never said that.
oh. No, because I swear you did, because I was asking you, I said like what made you convert to Islam? You
Oh
mentioned
no, I had
Palestine
sleep
or
paralysis. Like, I would see like dark
I swear, wait, did you
shadows.
mention Palestine or am I tripping?
No, it's not
Was
anything
it
to
was
do
it
with
a
Palestine.
cat?
Actually, before I became Muslim, I didn't believe anything about Palestine because I thought all of the videos were fake.
No,
Oh
no,
no,
no.
I
Oh,
think I think she
sorry.
heard. Yeah, she heard
Maybe,
a
maybe
different
I'm
thing.
just sorry. Maybe I'm just
Yeah, I
hearing
think,
things.
yeah, I said sleep
Sorry, my bad.
paralysis.
Okay, sleep paralysis. Okay, sorry, my bad.
maybe I heard. I heard.
Sorry, one second, please. I heard Palestine, but look, I wanted to make a point, genuine point, yeah. And please, I'm not saying this for you to feel bad, yeah. But
No, I'm listening.
do
Yeah.
you not think it's a bit funny that Allah prioritized getting you a cat than stopping the thousands of children being unalived in Palestine?
I
Like, if
mean,
I
that
was
was
a
a
god, like,
fact.
which one would you prioritize? Getting someone
I
a cat,
mean,
or
the
stopping the
thing is,
unaliving of innocent souls, innocent people, children, women in Palestine? Because I mean, when you look at these people are so faithful to their God, like that. Even during the war, from all the videos you've
I
seen,
see your
they're still
point.
steadfast. So, do you not think a god should prioritize stopping the Palestinians from unaliving and from the invasion going on, rather than getting you a cat?
No, yeah, I see your point. I mean, I guess you are atheist, yeah?
No, but my belief right now doesn't really matter. But it just sounds really, really strange
But I
to
mean, like,
me.
if you believe in God, then why is your God doing the same thing, you know? That's what my point is as well.
Yeah, but I don't believe in a god. But I'm saying that my belief or my lack of belief doesn't really matter right now. I'm asking a genuine question
No,
because
okay.
you
I
you
will
you.
answer, yeah. So
Yes, okay.
I see your point, and yeah, I do agree with you. However, you know, we believe that the world became corrupt and this is the dunya and this is Satan's world. Of course, Allah, like God, has control, but this is not a permanent world, you know. This life is just a test, and there's gonna be difficulties, and there are gonna be rapes and murders and stuff like
Oh,
that, because
sorry,
this is
princess.
the
You have to
devil's
say
world.
great. You can't say the R word. Please say great
Oh,
if you want to
sorry.
say
Yeah.
words like that. Okay, go ahead.
But again, like, we believe this is the devil's world. Until we die and go to paradise, we will never be free, because this is all a test and we will suffer. But it's about,
Can I ask you a question, princess? When you say this is all a test, your is your God all knowing? Is Allah all knowing?
yes.
I mean, princess, why do we carry out tests? We carry out tests to achieve results, right? For example, you go
Can
for
I
a
ask a
blood test.
question,
Sorry, one second there.
princess?
Sorry, one second. So you go for a blood test to find out, what's the reason you've been coughing up blood and blah, blah, blah. Is my iron low, whatever. You go for a driving test to make sure that you're fit for the road. And, my thing is, if God is testing you, does that mean that Allah doesn't know everything and he wants to find out more? Because when you think about it, princess, an all-knowing God does not need to test anything.
Yeah, of course he doesn't need to.
So why does he?
I don't know, actually. I don't know that part yet.
Maybe he's bored. Maybe.
Can
I
I ask
can't
you a
say.
question?
Can I say something, please?
Okay, sorry. Okay, one second. How do we do this now? Your mom. Okay, your mom, and then Kai can go next. Kai, sorry. Thank you for being patient. Yeah.
Just,
Okay, I've
I
been
didn't
for half an hour.
say my conclusion either, but I have a question this time to Princess. Your big struggle is to have a cat. Why don't you buy a cat instead of asking Allah?
No, I wasn't
So
saying it's
many.
a trouble. It's just a
Wait, I didn't finish.
coincidence.
So many women struggling because of religion, this and that. We're talking about a small children, a girl, life, to just being born and exist and dying. You saying the things you giving excuse. I come to a Muslim because this and that. The things you pray, not your life. Something else you struggle in it. You wanted a cat, you pray, believe in a God. Where you
Yes, I
live?
was homeless as well. I prayed
Where
and
were
I
you
got a place.
living?
Like,
You living wherever you live. Couldn't you buy a cat?
yeah, of course I could buy a cat, but I'm just saying it was a
So why you
coincidence that
needed to be living?
I don't understand, sister.
Sorry, can I?
Yeah. Go ahead, Kai.
Yeah, sorry. I've been listening to everyone talking, and I just want to contribute to the conversation we've been having. So I am coming from a non-Muslim POV. I didn't know anything about Islam or anything at all until like this year. And I am trans, so like before I know anything about Islam, I know like my identity or anything is, in Islam my identity is like prohibited, or to me, like before I really know and understand Islam, it was a scary thing for me because I hear stories about my community getting unalived or like you know.
Yeah.
However, this is why I want to have this conversation because so something happened and then I went down the path of like looking into Islam, researching everything on myself. So like I wasn't born a Muslim. I don't have any Muslim background pretty much. But then what I found out is that so when I look back to the Quran, which people believe is the words of God, when I look in the Quran, how do I explain it? So what I mean is like when I hear about when I hear about Muslim, I feel scared because like I hear I would get killed in those countries. But when
Unalived, please.
oh sorry, yeah, unalived. But when I read about the Quran and I can see for myself the underlying messages, and I don't feel scared when I read the Quran because I can actually see the values and the underlying messages of the Quran. And then I realized that, the Islam that we see today is the organized religion that is made by humans. But when I read the Quran, which is the word of God, Islam was actually the way to God, not a religion. But today we have Islam as the organized religion. Oh, the princess just and yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that I agree with a lot of the things that we've been saying about how men are using religion as a power to do all these disgusting things like allowing child marriage. But I believe that God wasn't the person who said these words.
So who wrote the Quran then? Because if you're saying that it's not God's word, why is it that I can find these passages in the Quran? Because I don't quite understand what you mean. Secondly, your identity will never ever be accepted Islamically. Islamically, I'm not too sure what your punishment will be. Secondly, Kai, let me ask you, like, have you read the Quran and have you read any of the Sunnah of the Prophet, or are you going solely based on the Quran?
Yes, so my belief is that the hadith and the books that were written by the people after the Quran are not words of God, and because they were written by humans themselves, they can be manipulated. So I'm only basing
Who do
solely
you
off of
think
the Quran.
brought the Quran to you? Who do you think wrote the Quran?
It was God. I mean,
Wrote
the
it,
word.
wrote it. Did God give you a book? Who gave you the book?
Um,
The people who wrote the hadith are the same people who wrote the Quran, by the way.
I
So
don't
that's why if
think.
you
Yeah, you
reject the
can't
hadith,
reject
you're
it.
gonna reject the Quran.
I don't think the people who wrote the hadith were the same people who wrote the Quran, because the Quran was revealed to the person.
Uh-huh.
The hadith was like like narratives that were written by humans.
Do you think the Prophet wrote down the Quran in a book, in one book, and gave it to his companions before he passed away? Do you think he compiled it in one book, the Prophet? Hello? Okay, Kai, I might give you like just a quick run up. So the Prophet, when he passed away, the Quran was with everybody. It's a bunch of papers, a half paper here, 10 papers there, 50 papers in one companion, other 70 in that companion. Then the no, this is the Quran. Then Abu Bakr and Umar, his best friends, his besties, decided to gather the Quran in one single book. These people are called the companions. These are the hadith. Do you know whenever you an this is the an Ibrahim, an Fulan, an Ali, an Rasul sallallahu an Ibn Abbas, an Mujahid, an these are the chain. If you ever heard of the hadith, these are the people who wrote down the hadith. Are the same people who wrote down the Quran and delivered to you. So if you reject one aspect of their book, basically, you need to reject the other aspect, which is the Quran. This is exactly my scenario. So I rejected the hadith. Turns out these are the same fellas who wrote down the Quran. So I cannot trust them in a hadith, I cannot trust them with the words of God.
I have a question.
Can I add something before moving on? Sorry, I just want to add something. Also, I do agree with Montenegro on everything he said. Also, for Kai to say, oh, he didn't find anything, blah, blah, blah. But if you read about Qawmu Lut in the Quran, Lut, you will see how God cursed them, punishment, blah, 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 all these things. But also, as Montenegro said, as a good Muslim, you cannot just follow the Quran. You need also to follow the hadiths. Because in the hadiths, it tells you about the basmala. It tells you what hand to use when you wipe your nyash. It tells you how to do dua. For example, if you're a good Muslim, you need to recite some du'as, which is the reciting of like a religious like sentences, which is called the dua, before you doing something. For example, entering the bathroom. أعوذ بالله من الخبث والخبائث. Tashahhud, yeah, tashahhud. All these things does not exist in the Quran. But how do we follow them? Yeah, by reading the hadiths, by following what the Prophet Muhammad has done, anything he has done, or anything that he has said. The Quran itself was not written by Muhammad. Muhammad didn't have a pen in his hand and he written it down. It was human beings who wrote it, and also was collected. I think it was like 50 years after his death it was collected. So if the argument was, well, the Quran from God and the hadith is not, that is not correct, because you're saying that human beings can interfere or something like that. Yeah, but the hadith and the Quran was collected almost the same way, so you cannot just accept one and deny one. Also, I strongly suggest for you to read more about Lut and the punishment. I do have had, for example, I just looked it up, like it says here, the messenger of Allah, I'm not gonna read the blessing about him. Curse the man who dresses like women and the women that dresses like men. And this is narrated and authenticated by Al-Albani. Okay, so this is a authentic hadith. If they catch you in the act, you can look it up. What is the punishment for being gay in Islam? What is you can look it up and you will see that they are in agreement. If they catch you, if you catch you kissing, if you catch you in the act, if they catch you holding the rainbow flag, if they catch you holding the trans flag, yeah, it's not going to be good for you. So you cannot come here again, belittle a problem that exists in the whole Middle East and the Islamic world, where people who are trans, I just saw, videos all the time where people who dress like they are trans people, they get abused, beaten, and in some cases raped and unalived in the Middle East, in Islamic countries. Okay, so again, you cannot just come here and say, guys, the Quran doesn't say it, so it doesn't exist. The problem doesn't exist. It does exist in the Quran. There's chapters about Lut and Qawm Lut and what Allah has cursed and blah blah blah. It exists in the hadiths. So you need to understand there is a problem. Islam does not accept transgender. Islam does not accept the rainbows. Do you get it now? That's all I want to say. Sorry.
I'd like to say something. I have a question.
Okay, 1 second. One second, user. The person next to you has been waiting longer. Sorry, we'll allow you to ask your question. Go ahead.
Okay. The person I wanted to respond to has she's dropped. but I'm just gonna give my 2 cents. You see, from everything Princess Girl was saying, there is a common denominator, and it's fear, right? Because I kind of like noticed that she was leaning towards religion as some sort of coping mechanism instead of seeking help, like, medical help, professional help, trying to, because sleep paralysis, I mean, I kind of relate to what she was saying, because when I was at her age, I was going through this sleep paralysis, stress from school, going to the church. I'm Christian, by the way. I'm Christian. I do not practice Christianity, but I'm Christian by birth. So I had that phase where I was going through so much sleep paralysis, and coming from a very, very, very strict religious background, my family would say, oh, it's somebody in the village, somebody somewhere is doing something, is doing some voodoo shit, is doing some spiritual magic shit, like it's even funny when I say these things. So she would say that, oh, somebody's doing witchcraft on me, I gotta play, I have to pray and things like that. And I grew up believing this shit, right? When I would have sleep paralysis at the time, I would be, I'd be scared, fear, right? The hallucinations. Yes, I understand what she's saying. But as I began to deconstruct from religion, I begin to see how delusional a lot of religious people are. I then started to understand what's really causing sleep paralysis. I started to lean towards the medical side, the science side of it. And then I begin to manage, the stress. I have to lie down a certain type of way. I need to do breathing exercises, this and that. And growing up right now, at my age, I understand why these things happen. Yeah, it's like when she was saying, that she was having sleep paralysis and the hallucinations and everything, and that was why she started leaning towards religion. It was very funny because when I was her age, I mean, much younger, I grew up in a family that literally indoctrinated those beliefs in me. The way, when something happens, they'll tell you, God chose you, that's why it happened. And I'm like, but there is a reason this thing happened. It doesn't have to be a being, an imaginary being, or like a superior whatever. Like, I believe in cause and effect. So, and there's this slogan that is used in the church, because I grew up in the church, not just like having a Christian family. No, I grew up in the church. They say, catch them young for Christ. That's the slogan in the church.
Yep.
And I used to kind of believe things blindly as a child, because I held positions in the church. I would go on this whole, when you look at how they teach children, they use fear to teach children. You're going to go to hellfire. You're going to, God is going to curse you. You can't say this. When I would ask questions in the church, why are we saying these things? Why? When you ask logical questions, the pastor would say, you're demon possessed. There's demon in your head. There's, we need deliverance. You need to be baptized. A lot of rubbish. Yeah. And they would say that I'm going to go to hellfire. So I grew up being the black sheep in the church, because even though I was indoctrinated at that young age, I asked questions, and me asking questions was a huge problem for the pastors and the priests and the everybody holding, but they saw me as that one child that is just off. They'll tell my mom, that she needs to clip my wings, that I'm too wild, I'm gonna corrupt. They use the word corrupt, okay, you doing something that they don't seem normal is you being the bad person, you being the black sheep. So I was the black sheep in the church, in the family, everywhere. So I'm just kind of coming from the perspective that she's gonna outgrow this phase. I mean, if she's willing to learn, if she's the kind of person that asks questions, if she really, really wants to understand what religion is, and how religion is not the place to find comfort. It's not the place. If you just make good friends, have friends, get a hobby, do things that, you know, benefit your life. Be a good person, but religion is definitely
100%.
not
Can I
it.
add? Can I add what you just said? Because we were talking about sleep paralysis. When I was a Muslim, when I was around 18 in high school, my final year in high school, I've decided to read the entire Surah of Al-Baqarah, which is the longest chapter or surah in the Quran. From the beginning to finish, surah, it was a huge accomplishment for me as a Muslim man. I've read it, I started, and I finished the entire Baqarah at one go. And in Islam, if you're reading the Quran, you're called mutahassin or protected from the devils, from the jinn, from the demons. Then I went to sleep around 10 p.m. I was sleeping. In my head, I am protected from the jinn. I never had sleep paralysis, never had saw any issues, no bad dreams, no nothing. On that day, I slept. I opened my eyes. I saw a flippin' black figure in front of me. I jumped. I panicked. I jumped out of my bed, and I am seeing this black.
Disappeared. I don't hear
We
anyone.
can't hear him no more.
Hi, sorry. Can I just reply to Razan?
Come back, Montenegro. Yeah, go ahead and respond. Oh, Freethinker's been waiting as well. Shit. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Kai, go ahead and respond quickly, and then
Let him
Freethinker
talk for
next.
2 minutes, and I will. And also, thank you for Sober. He's my sugar daddy today.
Oh, you got a sugar daddy.
Yes,
I'll
sugar
finish the
daddy.
story later.
Okay, okay, Kai, go ahead. Go ahead. Now respond to me, Kai.
His son's gone as well.
What's going
Maybe
on,
free
Jamal? They're
thinker.
recruiting you,
Something
huh?
happened, I think.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Freethinker. No, we can't hear you, Kai.
Can you hear me
Kai,
now?
we cannot hear you. Yes, Kai.
Hello?
Go ahead. What do you want to respond?
Yes, so I just wanted to clarify. I didn't say what I said to belittle, the problems with the problems that Islam created. My point was that I understand that. Oh, for example, you said that obviously me as a trans person, when I read the Quran and I can see through the messages instead of just the literal, things of it, then I see for myself the values of the Quran.
Sorry,
And
Kai, are you a scholar?
no, I'm not a scholar.
No. Do you know Kai? Sorry, interrupt. Kai, do you know what you remind me of? You remind me of a chicken defending KFC. I'm sorry, but that's what you're doing right now. Because what you're saying doesn't make sense at all. At all, it doesn't make sense. Because
there's
if
not.
you're trying to defend, you're saying, well, these are all the things that we are talking about. It comes from Muhammad or it comes from God. Okay, God. What does God tell us? It comes in the Quran. The God is what Allah tells us to do. Okay, what Muhammad says with his mouth, that's in the hadith. Everything he says or if everything he does, it comes in the hadith. But here's the catch. Anything that Muhammad says or does, it doesn't come from his head. It comes from a revelation to him through God. For example, the story of him wanting to marry Aisha. Okay? Muhammad said that Jibreel came to him with a picture of a 6-year-old and told him, this is your wife. Aisha is going to be your wife. Anything that Prophet Muhammad says, recommends, do, or says, it's not from, this is according to the Muslim. I don't believe in him at all. I don't believe I think he's a good con man. He's a very good con. He conned you real good. I don't believe it. But this is
Allah said, listen to Muhammad. Allah said, listen to Muhammad. Muhammad said, no, this is not me. But Allah said, listen to me. Now everything I say is true. This is the issue.
Yeah. And so this is the dilemma you are in. You, as a Muslim, you cannot just take the Quran and reject the hadiths and the tafsirs. Here's another catch for you, Kai. Unfortunately, you're not an Arabic speaker, right? If I'm correct?
I'm not Arabic.
Okay. So that means that you rely on the English interpretation of the Quranic verses. But I read the Arabic. It's my mother tongue. Also for Montenegro, that's next to me right here, he speaks it, he can read it. And I tell you this, and hand on my heart, honestly, and Montenegro, he's another Arabic speaker, he can confirm. The English translation is not accurate to the Arabic. You are being fooled. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's true. You're being fooled. When I read the English, I laugh. When I read the English, I laugh, and I see how much are they hiding from you. How much. So this is what I do recommend people to do. Every time you read something, copy the Arabic, paste it in any translation, and start to compare between the English. You will be surprised how much difference it will be. It will give you so much difference. So much difference. So
beat your wife, discipline your wife.
Yeah, discipline your wife. What is called? What was it? Yeah, discipline. It was a lot of things. It's also in the hadiths, the English, in the hadith.
Even
like
the hadith sometimes is a little bit watered
like
down.
hadith aniktaha Montenegro aniktaha, which is in Arabic.
This is like a terrible word in Arabic.
Yeah, it's a terrible word. That means, did you F her? It was translated, oh, did you have a sexual intercourse with her? It's like, what? Hold on, but that's not this. It doesn't even give you the same meaning. So you cannot hold, Kai, what you are holding on to, you're not holding on to the Quran itself. You're holding on to the English interpretation that some person or some human being made for you so that it fool people like you to convert to Islam. But this is not Islam. What you're reading is an interpretation in English. That's not Quran. When I go to a book, if I would hold in my hand a book in Chinese, okay, and I don't speak Mandarin, but I have the English interpretation of the book, I cannot come on panels and start, talking to the Chinese people and the people who speak the language. Like, no, guys, I know better. Look here in English, it says this. But hold on, I don't speak Mandarin. I don't speak the language, but I'm sitting here on panels or whatever, because I've seen that a lot. It's not about you only. It's about a lot of non-Arabic speakers. They come on and they try to gaslight the Arabic speakers. Dude, this is our language. This is what we read. This is what I talk with my mother Iraqi, which is a very hard dialect.
Yeah, Razan, I understand your point completely. I don't know anything about the Arabic language, so I'm not trying to get on here to argue with the native speakers about the authenticity of the language. Yeah, but my point wasn't that. My point is, I'm not defending. Because, I agree completely with what this life has been about, the problems we see today, because religion has so much power that influence, governments, and then, like these things problems we see in the societies nowadays. But I'm coming from a POV of a person who, and this is what I mean, like, what I mean is like, I'm trans, I'm non-Muslim, I don't have anything to do with the Arabic religions at all. So why someone like me, I'm not defending the rules that humans made, but I'm saying like, if I can connect to the words and I see the values by it, I'm not going to convert to Muslim because I know I don't have a place in the Islamic world, because their rules do not include me. But I know that through my, how do I say, through my research, through my reading with, and I know you're gonna say like the Quran like is false or like I'm not a native speaker, I can't understand it completely, but what I mean,
Kai, when you finish, let's hear from Free Thinker as well, please, because they've not had a chance to speak at all. But it doesn't
I
seem
just
like
want
Kai is a
to, I
Muslim
just want to
anyway,
say
to be
one
honest.
second about that. Kai, by the way, in the Quran, there are good things, by the way. You may be surprised because we're like ex-Muslim attacking Islam. We're only attacking the bad parts. There's good parts. For example, listen to your parents. If I was a
that's what I
non-Muslim, if
mean
I
as
read
well.
these parts, I'll be like, amazing. The Quran is telling me to listen and obey my parents.
With condition,
Wow, the
Montenegro, with
Quran.
condition. With
Uh-huh.
condition.
Yeah,
With
I
condition.
understand. But yeah, for
So
example,
what
for
I mean,
example.
yeah. So I think
But
that's
if you
the
read
same
these
point that
parts,
I'm trying.
if you read these parts specifically, you'd be like, amazing, the Quran is nice. Give the
No,
poor, amazing, the Quran is nice. But whenever you read the entire thing as one collection, you will understand, okay, this is bad, this is
yeah,
bad,
yeah,
this could be good, and this is bad. Then you will
yeah,
not become a
Monten.
Muslim. This is my issue.
Yeah, Monten. So yes, like the reason that I'm saying this is because, for example, like I'm giving charity to people, helping people. That's the beauty, the values that I see.
Cherry pick values,
With
yep.
con- in the Quran comes with condition. There is always condition. So I'll give you example. I'll go with the example that Montenegro told you. ولا تقل لهم أف ولا تنهرهما. That's very good. Don't say to your mom or dad, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna clean my room. That's great, right? But it comes with condition, because there's another verse in the Quran that tells you if your father or mother become non-Muslims, you need to fight them. They're kuffar right now. So the good things come with condition. Even charity come with condition. You're only allowed to give conditions to the Muslims. Who told you you cannot give it to the
Yeah,
kuffar?
zakat goes for Muslims only.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Free Thinker. Let's bring you in a bit. 1 second, Kai. Go ahead, Free Thinker.
Yeah, hello everyone. Great live. Thank you all for this amazing, knowledgeable debate. I'm from Lebanon. I'm ex-Muslim, atheist at the moment. Luckily, at the moment, 15 years ago, I mean. Yeah. So many things occurred, many topics you talked about. I cannot go to them all. I just want to say for those who are like kind of have sympathy for the religion itself, you have to read it. You have to dig so much in it. It's not an easy thing. It's a very long journey to do it. And when you dig deeper and deeper, you will know what kind of shithole. Can I say that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What kind of shithole you're gonna read and know about? The history is full of bloodshed. It's full of people betraying others from the same religion, from the same tribe. How they occupied nations in the beginning of the expansions, based on what ground they are doing this. You will find many things. I'm not gonna ruin it for you. I request from you to do it for your knowledge. This is when it comes to the sympathy about this thing. Of course, I have to differentiate between the religion and the people, because you're gonna find many people who are good, and from these people, from the Muslim people, you will find many of them who are religious, who are Muslim, but they don't know their religion deeply. They don't know it in depth, and this is weird. I mean, I'm an ex-Muslim. When my parents raised me, they didn't tell me the what's the word, ending people's life. They didn't tell me that. They didn't tell me about the slaves. They didn't tell me about the prophet
The
married.
cute part, huh? The cute part.
Yeah, no, because they didn't know. They didn't know actually. they weren't that knowledgeable about it, you know. They were raised as well. They didn't have this education about it, you know what I mean? But when, luckily for us, we grew up in the age of internet and things start, ideas and videos start to roam around you. Oh my God, the level and huge number of things that we didn't know that actually makes you sick about your religion. And this was the wall that I break, that no, man, I cannot put myself in this religion. Now I know. Before I didn't know. Before I defended the religion. But now I know. And it's accurate and it's proven and it's backed by hadith, backed by ayat, backed by many things. And you have religious people who are talking about it what you call it بوقاحة يعني في وقاحة بالموضوع.
Like it's normal, yeah.
Yeah.
We have concubines, we have slaves. Yeah, it's normal, easy. The Americans have slaves, easy. Yeah,
exactly.
And they move on. Yeah, it's not nice.
I mean this, and you also false logical fallacy. They use it a lot. The German guy did this. Stalin did that. It's the same thing. I mean, you claim yourself to be holy, to be from God, and what you are believing in, you are portraying it as from God. And you are actually comparing it to dictatorship, and you say that these people did this. But these people didn't claim that they are from God. Where is the logic? Know what I mean?
Yeah, the prophet had 14 wives. Solomon in the Bible, he had 170 wives. Bro, why did your prophet had 14 wives? Answer the question there. They go all the way around. No, the prophet married Aisha at 9. Rebecca was 3. Bro, what? Justify why he was married to a 9-year-old, then attack everybody else. Justify first, then attack. Don't attack to justify. This is the issue. Fallacious.
Exactly, man. So this is a call for everyone who isn't in the religion, but actually thinks that it's a good religion. Dig in it. I'm not gonna put words in your mouth. No, you go do your research. You will find many things. And those who are doubter Muslims, also, if you don't know much about your religion, go deeper, because you will be amazed. I mean, being free from such dogma will make you at peace. You can keep the God thingy. You can believe in any God you want. You can create your own God. I can suggest Spinoza's God. I'm not telling you to leave your God or leave this entity. Some people have peace with it. You are free to do it. But don't bring the other things with it, which is the Sharia law, because it makes you a monster. If you want to go with it, it's going to make you a monster. And as for the child thingy, unfortunately, Lebanon, which is a diverse country, which is kind of civilized country, and many people don't allow their kids to get married, but the religious people are not allowing the parliament to issue the law of ending it. The religious people still have authority here, unfortunately. And I'm hearing your conversation about it. It's sick. It's sick that this in 2025, this thing is still authorized in our nations. We are making future generation. We are allowing the future generation to be damaged. This act damaged people. No one say no. Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, I just wanted to go back to what I was saying before. So so like I said again, I am non-Muslim. I don't follow any particular religion, but I do believe in God, and this is the point I'm trying to make. Is that the rules or the things that we see today, how to define a good Muslim and everything, I believe that these are made by humans itself, and like these rules, they should be seen only as reflective of the historical and social context of the time when they were established.
Kai, let me interrupt you right now. Sorry for saying that. What you're saying is not accurate. This is why I'm telling you, because you said that you have done research. There is a verse in the Quran that tells you you need to obey Allah, and you need to obey Prophet Muhammad, and you need to obey the people, the ulil amri minkum, like the khalifas, or the people who are in charge. Okay, so you cannot just say, oh, the Islam that we are seeing right now, it's made up by humans. It's not like that. These people have read the Quran, the Quran is an instruction. It's like when you are building a furniture from IKEA, and you have like a manual. You open the manual and you build it. And this is what they have done. They have opened the Quran, they have opened the Hadith, they have opened scholars, real old scholars, very, very close to the age of Muhammad, like Al-Tabari, Al-Qurtubi, and all these big Orthodox Muslim scholars, and they built Islam, the Islam that we are seeing right now, is according to the instructions of the Quran and the Hadith. It's not about that, oh guys, they are misinterpreting it, or they are changing it, or whatever. We have institutions like Al-Azhar, like the Vatican of Islam. We have Saudi Arabia. We have shuyukh. We have knowledgeable people about the Hadith and the Quran, and they go tell the Muslims what to say, what to do, how to behave. They always refer to the Quran and the Hadith. As I said, the manual is these books. So you need to stop saying it's humans. Humans has nothing to do with it. When we open the Quran and we read child marriage is acceptable, enslavement of females, milk al-yamin, is mentioned at least 14 times in the Quran, that gives permission to Muslim men to grape non-Muslim women. That's in the Quran. That's in this IKEA guide. This is in the instruction. This is the instruction of God.
Can I give Kai an advice?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, easy. Kai, just quick advice, by the way. I understand you're from like the trans community, and whenever you will see these religions, every like Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and like Hinduism, they attack your essence, yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I understand that whenever you do believe in God, amazing, cool. But the issue is these religions that's also associated with God, apparently, okay, they don't give you, they do you a disservice. So in my opinion, my atheist opinion, make your own religion. See Muhammad, these guys, they made their own religion. Be a person, make your own truth, and call it Qaidism or whatever you want. Or you can just be a person who believes in God but no religion, which is fine.
Yeah,
you can
so
believe.
I think that's
So you
close to
don't.
my
I
point is
understand.
that-
You want to associate yourself with a religion. No need to. No need to.
No, I'm
You
not.
don't have to.
I'm not associating myself with any religion at all. I just, how do I get my points across? Like you said before, these religious people attack me and my community. I'm not here to defend them. I'm actually saying that's the problem. But the point I'm trying to make is, these people think God created these rules, so they use these rules saying, you guys are haram, LGBT people are haram, you guys should be unalive, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying, my point is, I believe, when I look at people who attack me, and then I feel scared, I feel excluded. But when I connect to my God and I see His presence through different religions, I don't only refer to. I also look into other religions and I see the presence of God in different religions through different practices. I see His presence through the underlying messages. The problem is people take the words too literally. These words in a context in the 7th century in the Arabic word, where there was slavery and everything, and they take those same words and apply to today's society. So my point is, I'm not, I can't, I'm not here to
Well,
argue.
please. That's literally the definition of Islam. Islam means submission. If it's there back then, it's there today. It's halal, it's haram. It's very clear cut. So I don't know which version of Islam you've made up. I think in a conversation, it's probably best to keep it to yourself with all due respect, because now I'm not going to lie, I'm tired of hearing this is BS. You're talking absolute
You can
BS.
cherry pick, either take the entire religion or have an. But the issue is you're cherry picking something. No, I don't want to take the hadith. The Quran itself, some part of it is correct. This is either like leave it or take it, because whenever you're doing such a thing, you will make yourself a disservice. Take it,
As
leave it,
Conroy
or
spoken,
search. There are 4,000 religions, brother. Go search. It's not only Islam and Judaism and there's multiple. Find your truth, man. This one, trust me on this one. You already saw some things you don't like. You should cancel it. If you saw
is saying that, first of all, okay, we all understand, and a lot of people, even on this platform,
One
you are very much
second.
aware.
1 second. Sponro was meant to speak next.
Okay. Hello. I was
I was
actually
asking for
fine if
permission
you would
anyway.
have.
Sponroy was meant to speak. Sorry. Rudu, you just came in. 1 second.
So, hello.
Problem at all.
I would get a bit back to the question, if it's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think this is one big reason, like what we can see in modern times. We have child laws which are protecting children and younger human beings who are not yet adults, and this actually shows a lot how we have to set up rules protecting human beings also from religions which have which have been dominant in the last centuries. So, and I wanted also to reply a bit to Razan. I don't know how to pronounce. Like, even so, if you take the Quran in the Arabic language, I can't speak Arabic. I just read about it. It's not a precise book. It's not precisely saying how you have to live and what you can do. Partly it does, but a lot of things are part of interpretation. And this is one of the big problems we also see in history, independently of if we look at Christianity or Islam or the Jewish religion, that it's not precise enough that it's really a valid set of rules. And as we see in history, humans lived these religions in very different ways. And this is like my big problem with these religions, that they keep this open space for being actually a bad human being.
Can I add something? Just a small thing. Islam focuses the difference between Islam and other religions, for example, Buddhism or Hinduism or whatever. The other religions focuses on you as a human being, how to be closer to God, what to do, or all these things. Islam is very special because it focuses so much on other people who does not believe in Allah, and it gives you also instructions on how to divide and segregate these people into categories. You call these people mushrikeen, you call them kuffar, you call them valin, you call them all these things, and then you treat them accordingly to the category that they got. So the religion itself, it doesn't focuses on you and your relationship to God, but it rather also focuses on other people who does not believe in the same God as you and how to deal with them. For example, chapter 929 from the Quran, it tells you that these people, if they don't believe in Allah and Muhammad, then you need to fight them, and you need to force them to pay the humiliation tax. It's called jizya. They need to pay it while they are humiliated and belittled. And if you read tafsirs for it, it even gives the instructions on how the non-Muslims should pay it. The Muslims should sit down, relaxed, and the non-Muslim should come and hand over the money to the Muslim while he is belittled and humiliated. It focuses very much on the non-Muslims and call them very, very disgusting words. It calls them filthy. It calls them kuffar. And in some verses even calls the J people apes, for example. Apes, dogs, filthy. Really,
Najas, al-mushrikeen al-najas, for example.
Yes, that's a verse in the Quran.
I totally agree. I totally agree to you.
Thank you, Sponro. Okay, let's speak to the person next to Sponro. Sorry, I can't read your Arabic name. Hi.
Okay, my name is Zainab. I'm Somali. I came because the topic is really interesting. You said, why has the law for child marriage been overturned and can we blame Islam? Yes, we can blame Islam 110% because people literally went into the streets in Mogadishu, the capital city, and they were protesting for marrying children. Because in the Quran, it says, وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِضْنَ, and the girls yet who have not reached the age of menstruation. Allah is a PDF file, and He literally wants Somali girls to be married off to older men. People literally came out, you guys, on TikTok with their faces showing, crying, because we dared to say that we don't want children to be married. This pagan Arab religion has destroyed our country and is continuing to destroy our country, and it's time for us to let it go as Somali people. It's not for us, and it's time to save our daughters. Too many of our Somali daughters are being married off to older men. You guys, it's not like a one-off thing. So many young girls, their whole lives are being destroyed. They are dying. Not only do we have the highest FGM rates in the world, we also have one of the highest child marriage rates in the world, and it's getting to a point like it's disgusting, and we need our people to wake up. We need Somali people to wake up. We need us to get out of this Arab religion, and the sooner the better. The sooner that these people can wake up and realize there is no God, okay, and you guys are killing our daughters, the better. And sorry for using that word.
Wow, she blew me away. She gave me a mental orgasm.
She's sexy too, by the way. She's beautiful.
I love you. Thank you.
But hey, do you know what, Jabola? I do agree with you, because at the beginning of the live, you said that the Somali ex-Muslim women, they are the ones should lead the country. If we have people like Zainab in the government, woo, girl, that country will be hot, hot, hot.
I'm telling you, they will make so much progress. Zainab, once again, thank you so much for that. It's really, really nice. And this is what I'm saying. Like, apart from like people like Montenegro that are up here, you know, a lot of men have not come up to condemn this. And this is why I feel like when it comes to child marriage in Somalia, I really feel like the battle I feel like it's very reliant on the women to speak up. Because, I mean, if men are protesting in the street, when that old, ugly... Razan, can we shame that man again? I don't know if you're near your phone.
Yeah.
Can we just shame that ignorant, mumukwa, siasem, foolish, old, shameless goat? I thought someone unalived. I thought someone passed away when he was...
Hold on.
The guy with the red beard.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
the
was
guy with the
crying.
red
Oh
beard that
my
looks like
God.
that chimpanzee. You know that what are
There's
those
like
orange
18 year
chimpanzee
olds,
things?
women
Yeah.
getting married. Oh, this guy's
Hold
not
on, Hala.
serious.
I actually published a video. Make him famous, guys. Make him famous. Okay, this is so funny because I think that guy was hilarious. Okay, hold on. Here you go. Let me just.
Maybe he wanted
Okay.
to marry like a 7 year old, but the law came in
I actually
like,
published
never.
his video because I told you he's so funny. I don't speak Somali, but I'll try to focus on the what do you call it, the subtitles. Okay.
You cannot make this shit up. I'm telling you. Like, there's this trending video of this Somali grandfather that is crying. And I was like, why is this man crying? Guess why he's crying? He's crying because Somali just announced that child marriage is illegal. This man is like 70 and he's crying because he's not
As
allowed
I'm
to marry a
rewinding, go
child.
to the start.
Shalay Soomaaliya waxay u ahayd maalin mugdiya maalin madow shalay baarlamaanka soo saaray ama uu go'aan ku gaaray
Do you want the original? Hold on. Maybe you want the original
Yeah,
because you
give
can
us
hear
the
him
original
cry.
so we can hear the
Yeah, yeah.
tears.
And
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
you can hear
tears.
him crying.
I think
Yeah.
at the
Grown
end,
Hold on.
PDF. I love it when
Hold
it
on.
grown. Oh my gosh.
Here we go. Hold on.
and he started calling the Sheikh
maalin
Sheikh Fulan.
mugdiya maalin madow ah shalay baarlamaanka wuxuu u soo saaray ama uu go'aan ku gaaray wax la aqbali kara ma aha
He's
annaga
talking about the
muslim baan nahay
parliament.
boqolkii boqol muslim baan nahay soomaali ilaahay ha laga cabsado arrintan arrinka hortag u baahan waaye aabay culimmadeeni soomaaliyeed aabay culimmadeeni soomaaliyeed waarisal ambiyaa baad tihiin idinkaana idinka hadal maqalnaa maxaa dhacay maxaa loogu aamusan yahay arrintan aaway sheekh somow aaway ma noola miyaa aaway sheekh shaakir ma noola miyaa war aaway culimmadeena ilaahay ka cabsano war ilaahay aan ka cabsano ilaahay aan u laabano sheekh maxamed maalin abshir aaway sheekh nur cali jimcaale aaway war ilaahay aan ka cabsano sheekh cabdirasaaq ashcari aaway
Zoom in the text.
war ilaahay aan ka cabsano war ilaahay aan ka cabsano arrintan arrin la aqbali kara maaha dadkan waana rogayaan ilaahay aan ka cabsano war ilaahay aan ka cabsano ilaahay aan ka cabsano arrimahan ha laga hortago arrima la aqbali kara ma aha 18 sano gaalay u qoran tahay caruurtooda ku qaangaaraan annaga inaan ku raacno ma aha nabiga sallallahu alayhi wasallam khaalif almushrikiin buu na faray inaan mushrikiinta khilaafnaana la faray ilaahay aan ka cabsano war ilaahay aan ka cabsano war ilaahay aan ka cabsano
That is the grown PDF, a oversized, gigantic, ashawo, disgusting toddler. Start shaming them. And for the ones that are defending this, because look, guys, it turns out like less than 24 hours later, they seem to have overturned the rules because I think the religious figures have a lot to play in this. This is one comment that from a post that I saw. It says they took it back. Alhamdulillah. Now it's back to normal. And then you people will ask, respect my religion. Why do you have a problem with my religion? Why do you talk about my God? Look at what people are doing in the name of your religion, because we know that cancellation was due to the powers of Islam and the fact that it goes against the sunnah of the Prophet. Zainab, did you want to say something before we move on to the next person? It's ridiculous.
I agree completely, and I'm so glad that this is in the face of the entire world, so everyone can see how sick and disgusting the Somali community is. I'm so glad it's happening before everyone's eyes, and I'm so glad that these people are coming out with their faces.
Thank you so much.
He was saying in the video, where is Sheikh? He was asking for the Sheikh to come and condemn that the Somali parliament want to make the age of marriage for women 18, and then he says, fear Allah. Are you kidding me? So he's actually he was actually telling people the people to fear Allah because Allah has permitted. What do you say, Jabala? You say it beautifully.
The fact that he said attack the disbelievers, unalive them, while he was crying like, we need to unalive the disbelievers. Oh my God. No, what is happening to Somalia?
But guys, we have Dean here. Real deal. Sorry I kept you waiting, but I feel like you're blacklisted from this page. I can't really be bothered to engage in a conversation with the real deal. Let's move on to Dean. Hello, Dean. How are you doing? You can unmute your mic and speak.
I just want to ask good day everyone. I just want to ask a question
Good day.
concerning why is it like Islam? It's just like erase your history, like who you are, just like for we that we are from Africa, Nigeria. It changed our identity by bearing Arabs' name, in names that we don't even know the meanings of those names.
Okay, so Dean, are you a Muslim yourself, if I may ask? Are you a believer?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so this is my opinion. You don't have to take it. Islam is more than just a belief system. To me, Islam is more than just a personal relationship with Allah. Islam is a political colonizer's tool. If you look at the history of the Prophet Muhammad, if you look at the history of the Sahabas, you know how they went around, they conquered different lands, they took over because they need like a nation. They need a nation which is going to be known, which is going to be known as the Islamic nation. They want a caliphate. So for me, I don't know, maybe Razan can tell you more, but because for me, I feel like Islam is like a bully of people's culture and tradition. For example, I joined Islam today. I will now start telling myself, oh, my cultural clothing is haram because it shows my belly. And I'm a Nigerian girl. If you're a Yoruba girl, we've seen some of the proper traditional Yoruba wear. It's almost like wearing like a miniskirt and a crop top, but just in different material, right? So you're going to tell me that's not normal, that's haram. You're going to tell me the consumption of pork is haram, even though maybe that's what my ancestors have eaten for years and years. So I just see Islam as a colonizer's tool. It starts from the name, from the language, from entering the bathroom. It invades every single aspect of your life. But I don't know if Razan wants to add on to that, because I've got so much noise in my background. I'm going to have to mute.
I can say something, and I want Montenegro also to say something. The thing is, the problem with Islam is not only a religion, as I said, it will also take over your culture. You're not allowed to wear beautiful culture clothes. For example, in Somalia, maybe you have something beautiful. In Afghanistan, they have this beautiful, very colorful, bright clothes. No, you're not allowed to do this anymore. Just wear this black niqab or this blue niqab, and that's it. You're not allowed to celebrate your own traditions. So for example, if you live in Scandinavia, you will celebrate these like midsummer and so. No. All these tradition, all these Christmas, all these, traditions will be gone, replaced by an Arab celebration. That's it. That you only celebrate Eid. That's it. Not allowed to wear these colorful tradition clothes anymore. You wear the niqab. Even your salat, even when you're reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, you should recite it correctly in Arabic. You should learn the Arabic language because you're gonna get more rewards if you learn to recite the Quran in Arabic more than that you are reciting it in English. It's a system that wants to replace the systems that we have right now. It tells you how to get money from people, what they should do, how to categorize human beings, how many, how to eat, how to enter the bathroom. It has details about everything. So it's a really it's a
It's too
whole
much.
system. Yeah,
You
Montenegro,
need
go
to
ahead.
go to you need to whenever I was a Muslim, I didn't have any issue with these stuff. But my uncle came from Sweden one day, and he was an atheist, and I didn't know. He said, Monty, isn't it interesting that, bro, this guy, he was like throwing me stuff. I wasn't clocking it, but he was throwing me stuff. He said, hey, Monty, isn't it interesting that whenever you go to the bathroom, God cares that you should use your left leg to enter the bathroom. And whenever you leave, make sure to use your right leg to leave the bathroom. Isn't that interesting? In my mind, like, my uncle he's 70 something. This guy's getting old. But me now, I'm clocking it. It's in every single detail how to live your entire life, which is insane. One of the issues they mentioned about attire, In Islam, you need to fully be covered, hair from head to toe. The issue is, if it's cold, you need to wear from head to toe. If it's hot, head to toe. If it's humid, how can the woman breathe, bro? Head to toe. And the man is fine. Go with short as long as under the knee. It's fine. Let's go. These are one of the issues. If it's extremely hot, these women are passing away. Extremely hot. And they're not even, if it's cold, they're not even allowed to wear perfume. Imagine, you're not allowed to wear perfume. Sometimes you're not allowed to wear deodorant because some deodorants have a little bit of smell on it, especially the spray one. You're not allowed to. It's haram. If you put perfume, you're like an adulteress. You commit adultery. All of these stuff is going against your belief, not your belief system, your humanity. Why does God care about what leg I use to enter the bathroom? Can a Muslim come up and tell me why does God care about what leg I use to enter and leave the bathroom with? This is my uncle, whenever he told me this, it went above my head. But now, uncle, thank you. Hopefully, you're in Sweden, you're chilling.
So, Dean, does that answer some of your questions? Do you have any more questions, or you want to add anything? It's such a colonizer's tool, man. Everything becomes the Arabic way. And that's why, for me, I find it hard to separate Islam from Arabic, or from the Arabs. Go ahead, Dean.
It's because we are from Nigeria, especially, we are passing through massive terrorism by the so-called people who believe they want to Islamize Nigeria. And this thing is affecting almost everybody. It's affecting the economy of the country. It's drawing back the economy. So I just kind of feel like religion really brings us disaster, will not lie to you, because it brings hatred to us, and it brings lack of unity and progress, because Muslims don't agree with Christians don't agree with Muslims. All these things bring hatred, and that lead us to where we are today as a nation. So I'm really still trying to figure this out, if there is a way they can modelize these things, so that, because the terrorism we are facing, especially we are from Nigeria, is getting worse every day. And the thing, I really don't see a way of bringing this thing out anytime soon. So,
Dean, it's going to be hard, because I don't believe we can reform Islam. I don't think Islam... Look, I've heard a lot of Muslim brag, our scriptures has remained the same. Sometimes that's not a good thing, right? Because there are certain acts and practices within the religion today that I think should be outlawed. I think it's dangerous, it's harmful. You understand? So it's going to be hard, because people don't want Islam to change. So as long as Islam is Islam, I think we have a long way ahead of us. Many, many more lives are going to be lost, sadly. Innocent lives.
Hello.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
My
All of
God.
a sudden, I need some paracetamol.
My dancer, how are ya?
I'm good. Please don't give me a headache today.
Oh, I'm just going to comment on your dancing. I found your dancing really, really good.
Thank you. Thank you. That's my talent.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You've got a few talents then.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I just want to know, did you hear about the mosque getting set alight in Peacehaven in East Sussex?
No, I didn't. When was that? Was that today?
That was last night, yeah.
Oh, last night. What happened?
Someone set alight a mosque, apparently.
Oh, well, that's
All
not
over
great.
TikTok. Pity you didn't see that. You don't know what's going on in the country. You know what's happening in Somalia.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So,
Unbelievable. You are, dancer.
so 1 second, love. So, if we want to actually stick to the topic and speak on what's on the screen, go into the
No, no,
scriptures a
no
bit.
problem. No problem.
Thank
Let's
you
not
very
talk
much.
about what's
Let's try
happening in the
again.
country. Let's talk about what's happening across the world. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine. It's fine.
go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, I know what's happening around the corner from my house. I didn't know what's happening here. Why has the law on child
Razan, kick him when you're ready.
overturned already? It has been overturned? Is that what's happened? Sorry, I don't know what's happened over there. What's happened?
QJ, I thank you for the introduction about the mosque. I'm so sorry what happened to that mosque. I don't know. I'm gonna because you said that it happened last night. I was asleep and I was actually working this morning, so I couldn't even catch the news today. But I will look into the news that you said. But I hope that you have read that the Christians in Syria are being prosecuted and their churches has been demolished and they even burned in some of these Christian towns. I hope that you heard about that from the Muslim Sunnis militia.
I haven't.
Julani, man,
I haven't.
I hope you heard about that. So no,
Unfortunately.
let's you
And I'm
let me.
very
Yeah, I know.
sorry
Let me just.
if
Yeah,
it has
I'm sure.
happened.
I can smell the tears from here. Just spare me that
What?
bullshit. So what is going on right now
How
in
comes your
Somalia?
tears are okay and not mine?
Hold on. No. I just like for me when I hear this story from just like from some people, it's not coming genuine.
Right.
So what's going on in Somalia? Last night before I went to bed, there was this I saw that Somalia wanted to ban child marriage and the parliament wanted to make the child marriage up to 18 years old. This morning when I woke up, the parliament took it back. Why? Because we had Muslims, men, grown up as men, was crying and saying no, this is Islam, we don't want this, bring Islam back. So the parliament decided, okay, no, we're not gonna make child marriage 18, let's make it let's permit child marriage again in Somalia. So that's what has happened.
What's the age they've decided on?
It on any age. Islamically, there is no age of marriage in Islam, you know
No,
this,
no,
right?
but what's the government
Government
age they've
18,
decided?
18. They said
They wanted
18.
18.
They wanted 18, but what did
Yeah,
they decide on? What age?
they took it back.
Yeah, but what age did they decide on, Razan?
No age.
Look at
How
this
can
guy.
there be no age? Are you
The
okay?
government wanted to have a cap on 18. Please,
Okay,
for the protection of the children under 18, please, no marriage. The people of
okay,
Somalia said no.
okay.
This is the issue.
What is the age they have at the moment? Can I know that?
No
There's
age
no
right
How
age.
can there be no age? Are you okay?
There's no age, Habibi.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
There's no age. There's no limit
So if I
age.
go and Google what is the age of marriage in Somalia, you are going to say there's no, the Google's going to tell me there's no age. Is that what you're
Google.
saying?
Hold on. Google. You use Sheikh Google?
Yeah, okay. Just give me another source. I'll
Are
use
you
that.
denying? Hold on. Are you denying there is child marriage in Somalia?
Oh my gosh. I'm asking you a
There
very
are no
simple
child marriage.
question,
QJ.
Razan.
There
It's a
are no
simple
child marriage.
question. What's
Oh,
the
for
age
fuck's
of
sake.
marriage allowed in
What? In
Somalia?
Islam, يا حيوان يا ولد
Oh
الحيوان, there is
my
no
God.
child.
All right, let me Google
Don't,
it because
okay, fuck
obviously
off.
you lot are finding
I
it hard.
just can't. Hi Tanas, I just can't with this guy. I can't.
Is this guy stupid? In
He's
Somalia, you
very
can marry
very.
a 6-year-old and nothing will happen to you from the government. The government will not prosecute you. Is he with us or he's trusting Google? If you write on Google, is Eritrea a good country to live in? Yes, Eritrea is it's a dictatorship. You cannot live in it. Trusting Google too much. Let me Google it. Google my.
To be stupid in Montenegro, he knows there is no age limit in Islam when regarding to marriage. The only thing that we can have a discussion about is the intercourse. So they can marry a 1-year-old, they can marry a 2-year-old, they can marry a 5-year-old. There is no age of marriage in Somalia, in the Islamic world, in Islam. I'm talking about Islamic scripture. There is no age. What they are talking about is the intercourse, the sexual intercourse with that little girl. And the only law is that when she can withstand the cucumber. If she can withstand the cucumber, then she's
She
good to
can
go.
withstand kissing. She can withstand massaging and do all of what a man does with his wife, except putting it in. He can do everything with the 5-year-old. By the way,
Just like I
That's
don't
true.
have.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, Nest. That's
Hi,
actually true.
Dennis. How are you doing?
Afternoon.
Hi.
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna stay for maybe 5 minutes, then I'm gonna go shop and come back later if there is opportunity. Um, how the North African in 2025 have Arabic name? Why? Because when the Arab Muslim invaded back in the 7th century, they banned the language, they banned mums, like families, from giving Amazigh names to their newborn baby. And by the way, Mommy of Kofar and Razan and everyone, the law was still standing in Tunisia up to 2020. So the Tunisian government abolished the law in 2020, 5 years ago. In Morocco, the king abolished this law 2016. So you invade the land, a Christian land, by the way. Tunisia was a Christian country back in the 7th century. You unalive the man, you take the woman as concubine, you take the kids as a slave, you ban them, you ban the language, you make them pay the jizya, and you sell them in Souq al-Nakhasa in Damascus. That's Islam. The gentleman who said you go to the toilet and with your right hand or something, left hand, even worse. Muslim men cannot hold a private part using the right hand. In an authentic hadith, it's haram. You have to use. Yes, Razan, I'll give you the hadith number. Yes, trust me. In Islam, it is haram for a Muslim man to hold his private part using his right hand. It must be his left hand. Imagine someone steals something and they cut his hand off, his left hand off. How on earth is he gonna do it? It's a
he's
dilemma.
cooked. He's
It's
cooked.
what? That's the thing with his
His left
religion.
foot. He can use his left foot holding it.
Exactly, Razak. It's just there's no escape in this religion. This religion, or it's not a religion, it's a code. Do as you're told. If you're part of the clan, we look after you the best we can. The moment you leave, you cannot leave anyway. You leave Islam, you get unalived. Simple. 3 days, istitaba, day number 3,
So
gone.
it's a mousetrap. It's a mousetrap. You can go inside, but you cannot leave. There's cheese
Exactly.
inside for you as a mouse. A revert is like a mouse. He sees a cheese. Oh my God, cheese! Yes. Go inside. We got you. You cannot leave. It's a mousetrap.
Regarding the
And they
mosque,
and they didn't tell them the terms. Sorry to cut you off. There's terms and condition whenever you say the shahada. There's terms and flipping conditions. These dawah guys on the streets do not sign the terms and conditions before you join Islam. Hey, by the way, just to let you know, if you decide to leave Islam, you cannot. This is a crucial terms and condition. They don't say this. Crazy. Sorry.
it's okay. Regarding the mosque, have you got any news? Was there any casualties? No, there's nothing. Just take it on the chin. 1,200 churches was burned in Nigeria. Did any Muslim done a live about them? Or the Nigerian that don't, they're nothing. They're not human, are they?
They don't care to us. They just come on panels and cry when one mosque gets damaged by some crazy guy, but they don't give a flying F about the thousands and thousands of churches
The
that gets
Egyptian
bombed.
churches, crazy.
Egyptian,
The
yep.
Coptic churches, oh my God. Every single time. I don't know how the Egyptian Christians are living in Egypt. Holy cow. Crazy. I felt, by the way, I just want to mention a quick little story. I lived 10 years in Egypt while I was around 6 or 5 years old. Me and the Muslim Egyptian guys, I was the only black guy, but we had a Christian friend. His name is Moses. So we were playing, yeah, and Maghrib time came up, and we went to pray inside of the mosque. We told this Christian guy, I'm feeling so bad. Sorry, Moses, you're not allowed to come inside. Why? Because you're a Christian. I felt so. Imagine this guy talking to us because he's a Christian. He cannot play with us and go. He felt. I feel so bad going back at it. This was in 2008. I feel so bad for Moses. Oh my God. Hopefully he's good. But the amount of, if you are Christian or any other religion in a Muslim country, the amount of insane. There's no words. I don't know how they're living in Egypt. Holy cow.
Do you know Montenegro? Sorry, I changed my headphones. I hope the sound is okay. Do you know Montenegro that there is a hadith about Muhammad that the Jews should leave the Arab Peninsula? You know about the hadith?
Yeah, and then 4 months or 4 weeks, something
No,
like
no,
this.
no. It's a hadith about like that the Arabs should so they were commanded.
After the 4 months of
Yeah, that's.
al Muharram days,
I don't know if it's about
just
the
kick
Muslim
them.
day
Yeah, it's basically like kick the Jews out of the Arabian Peninsula, and they shall never
forever. Yeah.
stay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, forever. Actually, it talks also about the Christians. I was shocked when I read the hadith again. I thought it's only about the J people. It's also about the Christians. It
everybody. If
says,
you're not Muslim,
Al-Yahud
you're out.
wal-Masih, yeah, Jays and Christians, they should leave the Arab Peninsula. Wow.
That's why in Mecca, other than a Muslim, can never enter Mecca or Medina. Ask the Muslims, why so? Why can't a Christian or a Jewish person go in Mecca? Because originally there are Arabian Jews that was born in Mecca and Medina. Why did the Prophet kick them out? And why can't they go back to Mecca and Al Medina? Because originally their ancestors are from there. Why are they not allowed inside of Mecca? I understand it's busy, but come on.
I could answer that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as you said, it was like that many people could be in Mecca, but this is actually what has changed since the Al-Saud clan, the Al-Saud tribe, was taking over Mecca. And it's funny, I just had this debate a couple of days ago. And before the Al-Saud clan was taking over Mecca, and the Al-Saud clan also was connected to this person named Wahhab, where the Wahhabitism is based on. I hope you understand what I'm meaning. And before they conquered Mecca, it is actually known that people, when they were going for a Hajj or Umrah, where they had beer with them, they had smacks workers with them. Smacks workers actually existed right near the Kaaba, as well as homosexuality was something which was done publicly in the streets, as well as smoking herbs. And so there are historical things like saying, okay, that was the time before the Al-Saud clan with the Wahhabitism was taking over Mecca. And this is like an interesting thing, because like before that, time, most parts, most Islamic countries, caliphates and so on, were living quite a liberal Islam. And they are saying like the Azawad clan, who's coming from the Arabic island, and they were quite literally still living like in the times when Muhammad, the prophet, was living. So they lived the Islam very, very strict, and a lot of these rules who doesn't make sense in a modern civilized world, they are very easy to do when you're in the desert, when you're just like nomads and stuff like this. And yeah, and this is like
I'm from the desert, bro.
I'm
I'm too rich.
yeah. But this is like what changed like 300 years ago.
Brother, desert people, they created your life, right? From nothing, they made you live in a life like what you're living right now.
Really? How's that, AD? So besides camel piss, can you tell me what you've done?
Camel piss?
Yeah, besides camel piss.
Who drink that? Who drink that?
What have you done? What have you done besides drinking camel pee-pee? What car did you invent? What car did you invent? What airplane did you invent? I want to see, is it called Le Camel, great car with 4 legs. Huh? I'm asking you. The Muslim world always brag about, like, you know, science and Islam, blah, blah, blah. I want to know, what did you invent to the world? Besides schmerarism, besides marrying children and wife beating, what did you invent to the world? Besides jihad, what did you invent to the world? Could you please tell me? No answer. Spondro, can I ask you something? Spondro, do you hear me? Nothing, guys. Yeah, I know. Can you hear me? Yeah. Is the sound okay?
I don't think. I think he's on mute. I think he's on mute, Rosanna.
Yeah. I wanted to ask him if because he brought up that like people were used to be high. There is a tree in Yemen, some kind of like leaves. If they chew on it, they get very, very high. I was wondering. I mean, this is my theory. I don't have a proof of it, but I think Muhammad used to get high on these. This is why he hallucinates a lot. I mean, he wanted to analyze himself twice. Yeah, I think that he used to hallucinate a lot. Hold on, who's requesting? QJ is gonna. I don't have time for QJ. Taras, do you want to talk to him?
Razan, I just want to ask the hadith, the one.
Yeah, which one?
It's Sunan and Nisa. Sorry, 1 second, Baba. I'll write it down in the commentary. It was narrated. Sorry, Sunan and Nisa 24. It was narrated from Mister.
There is two.
Okay, he's not listening. Sorry. Hey, go on. I think you've got
following smart one from 2 billion.
You need to stop
people
stealing Wi-Fi from the house.
Stupid.
Oh my God, he. Okay, I'm blocking him. He comes here on the panel, and he says to the Soporno, he tells him, "Oh, we gave you so much science, dude. Fix your own Wi-Fi. Stop stealing it from the mosque. Fix your Wi-Fi before coming up on the panel." Go ahead, Tana. Sorry.
It's okay. Bring him back. Maybe he's got a bad connection. Okay, this is the hadith. Sunan Nisa. It was narrated from Abdullah. Sorry, Sunan Nisa 24. It was narrated from Abdullah ibn Abi Qatada from his father that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessing be on him, said, "When any one of you urinates, let him not hold his penis in his right hand. And this is actually, yes,
Sorry.
Razan.
But do you know what, Tanas? It's not only that, but there is also. I was very surprised actually. I mean, I knew of it like last year, but I've kind of like I found it like this week too. Muhammad, he used to sit down when he pee. So this is why it's sunnah for the Muslim men to sit down while they pee. When they drink water, they are not allowed to stand up and drink water, because that's the sunnah of the Prophet. You need to sit down and drink water. It's haram to drink water while you're standing up. If I'm correct now, this is what I
Yes.
found.
Yep, 100%, yeah.
You have a religion that even interferes how you should drink water, standing up, sitting down, how to sit in the bathroom and on the toilet. It's crazy. I have no idea why people even submit to such kind of shit.
Yeah, I guess because of that, you know, as far as I get it, like Islam is simple to just live the way a book is telling.
Can you fix your cam? Because when your telephone shuts off, it becomes shadow.
Okay. Razan, this is
Dim the light. It will give you less reflection.
okay.
Okay.
Razan, this is the hadith if people want to see it. Okay, here it is. Is it visible?
Go ahead.
Okay, so it was narrated from Abdullah ibn Qadada from his father. The Messenger of Allah said, oops, when any one of you urinates, let him not hold his private part in his right hand. So literally, from the moment you get up, it's rules and regulation from your Allah. You can't just go and have a pee like in a normal like people. You know, it's mad. This religion is absolutely mad. And the mummy of Kafar, maybe one day I would love if we can have a live regarding what happened in Nigeria with the Christian, because it's really bad.
Absolutely. I'm getting ready for that tomorrow, to be honest. I think because I wasn't quite updated on the source, and the day I did try to go live about it, I got so angry. So maybe that one would be like better for someone to come and co-host with me as well. Do you understand? To lessen the pressure a little bit.
We have report from United Nations the number of Nigerian Christians who are unalived by the Muslims, the number of the churches and everything is shocking. That this guy got the cheek to come up and he said a mosque was burned in whatever, East Sussex. It's not burned. They just looked at the news. There's nothing there. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I think just a couple of days I heard like in the past about 20 years in Nigeria, about 100,000 Christians have been unalived, something like 400 villages and stuff like this. And 1,400 churches. That was the third number.
Can I ask you something? I do have a theory. It's not like this is my own theory, okay? I cannot prove it, but it's my theory. I don't know if you heard me saying that I think that Muhammad, he used to get high on leaves. I mean, this is my theory. I think that he did, but I cannot prove it because because the thing is, there are leaves that, for example, in Yemen, when you chew on these plants, you get high and you start hallucinating. So I think that he did probably. But the thing is that we know of that Muhammad, he actually suffered from epilepsies. And one of them, he said that in hadith that he used to hear the ringing bells in his ear, and there is, and you get also hallucination. And this is a medical condition. There are I mean, it's diagnosed now, but back then they didn't know what it was. So, yeah. Tanas, there is also something interesting I found out. Do you know Musaylam al-Kadhab? I'm gonna start reading more about it. There was this character. He was also claiming to be a prophet while Muhammad was claiming to be a prophet. This is like seamlessly, you know, at the same time. But that guy is very interesting because he had 40,000 soldiers and he fought with Muhammad 3 times. I didn't know this.
Outline. I wanted to, like, you know, you are very good on the theological part. I'm not so digging so deep actually into the Quran or Bible or whatever. But I could maybe, like, I like the historical part, to see it like that. And this also explains a lot why these Abrahamic religions work the way they are. Like for historically, it's quite a theory because we don't know so much about these times. But what is one theory is like the Jewish religion started to be one of the first monotheistic religions and was a ethno-religion, psychopath and stuff. And this surely also influences the religion. And that's also one of the reasons like why they are saying why the Islam is so aggressive, because the Islam was founded
Jabala, what do you want to do now? Do you want to live or do you want to?
I'm gonna
Momo
lock off
might.
for a bit. I need to go and do some shopping before all
Yeah,
the shops close. Yeah, they close early
yeah.
today, so get ready for the week. But thank you so much, guys.
Thank
I
you,
might go live
Jabala.
this evening, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, no problem, Jabala. Take your time, Jabala. No stress. But I just want to say shout out to the beautiful Somali ex-Muslim women, girls. I admire you really. You're beautiful and you're very smart. And I hope that you work to fix Somalia one day, because the women are amazing. To be to be honest, Jabola, some ex-Muslim Somali men are good too, but the Somali women are kicking ass too.
Yeah, the Somali women are shining.
Yeah.
I think some of the men are a bit intimidated by that, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet, I
Keep
bet.
shining, ladies.
Yeah, thank you, Jabola, for hosting. Thank you for having us. Thank you guys for the TikTok support. I usually pay it for charity and support other TikTokers who talk about Islam. So this is what I do. So thank you, guys, for supporting me too.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye, Yuri. Yuri, I see you in the comments. Sorry, I need to step out. So love you guys and stay shining, okay? Don't let nobody dull your shine. Because that's all you've got in this world, I'm telling you. Don't give a crap what nobody has to say. Just be a decent human being. That's it. Don't worry about judgment. Honestly, I stopped giving any fucks since I was like 18 years old. I'm not going to lie. So I don't care what people say about me. I don't. Oh, yeah, just don't give a crap. You know, it is what it is. Let me just bring love up. 5 more minutes. Gosh, this man gives me...
My dancer, what's going on?
Love, what do you want?
I want to see you dance again.
I'm going to upload a dancing video for you today. Make sure you send some gifts when you come in here. When you come in here, you come
You
empty.
should,
Like
you
a broke
should,
man.
you should, you should.
Yeah, I will. So what else do you want?
I used to be a really good dancer, that's
I
why.
doubt it. I doubt it. I
What do you
doubt
mean
it.
you doubt it?
The way